What is up, everyone? We are doing an 11.0 tier list because I hit a Twitch sub goal, and also, this is probably the most significant patch in a while, at least since the Min Min patch, so I'm looking forward to it. But anyway, of course, as always, we are going to start at the bottom. The worst character in the game, we are going to be talking about Little Mac, because yes, Ganondorf got buffed, so therefore he's not the worst character in the game. Still very bad. But you know who's worse? It's Little Mac, because even though Little Mac is fast, and even though Little Mac has his things that are very good about him, he's too inconsistent. He is now, I would say, the most inconsistent character. Maybe Ganon was slightly more consistent or less consistent before, but Little Mac's too inconsistent. He's crazy inconsistent just because he gets out of stage and dies. I still think his recovery is not the worst in the game, but if you ever get knocked out of your double jump, you're just immediately dead. If someone can just edge guard you well, you're just dead. I think Little Mac could potentially, again, be higher. I know I didn't have him bottom 2, I think, in my last tier list. I'm pretty sure Doc was down there, and I was considering putting Doc as the worst character as well, but I just think Little Mac is slightly worse. Second worst, Ganondorf. Still really, really bad. Oh, I forgot to name the tiers. He can't really force approaches. He still has one of the worst recoveries in the game. Like, tech checking, of course, hurt him, but I don't think it was anywhere near the main part of his edge guarding, unlike Captain Falcon. He's just really slow, really exploitable. He gets comboed to hell. He has no disadvantage state. You basically just have to mess up to lose to a Ganondorf in basically every single matchup. Literally all of them. I'm pretty sure you just have to play terrible or have the person be so much better than you that it doesn't matter. But again, if you're talking about matchups, you're talking about equal skill, and I don't think a top-level Ganondorf will beat a top-level any other character any more frequently than 1 in 10 times, which is not enough to do good in tournament. Rickles versus CDK. CDK played like shit. CDK played like actual dog against Rickles, and that's why Rickles almost won. And the third worst character in the game is another low mobility character, and that's going to be Dr. Mario. I think this character is really, really, really bad. But he's slightly better than these two characters because at least he has a projectile and has a better recovery and has an up Yetta shield. Like, his up Yetta shield is better than like all of their moves except for maybe Ganon there. Pills are decent. They're not great because they're really slow and Doc can barely run behind them. So like if he just jumps and throws a pill, there's barely a chance to combo off of them if your opponent's just reacting correctly, because sometimes you can just back up because the pills are actually faster than Doc, I'm pretty sure. But again, kill throw, up B out of shield, down B still very good. You have better combos than these two characters as well. Like, Doc actually has an advantage state even though he's slow, and his ledge trapping is much better in my opinion. But he's still bad. Like, he's still really bad. So I still think there's no reason to play this character, but he's better. He's better online for sure, because slow characters are all buffed online because, like, you can't, like, their burst range is so much bigger. Okay, so we're done with bottom tier. Those are literally the only 3 bottom tier characters. Next up, we are going to have... Let's go with K. Rool. I don't know, the more I think about this character, the more I think about K. Rool, definitely the worse I realize he is. He just doesn't have a lot, honestly. He's really edge guardable. His projectiles actually aren't good. Most characters can punish Crown, or at the very least just back up. K. Rool with space isn't really scary. He doesn't have combos except for like forward throw, like unless you get caught with Crown, or like forward throw dash attack. Like, he doesn't really have a lot. He doesn't have like neutral combos unless you're getting hit by Crown. And you shouldn't be getting hit by Crown because it's slow as fuck. Like, you shouldn't be getting hit by that. Like, you can react even if you're dashing and like jump air dodge. So like, he has super armor, sure, but a lot of the times you can just play around his super armor, play around his belly, play around everything that he has, and he's so edge guardable. Like, big characters can't edge guard him, but if you're like a medium or small character, it's so easy to edge guard this character. Just rinse, repeat, go towards the center of the stage, jump, back air, grab ledge, do it over and over again, like until his stock dies. Like, you can kill him so easily, and I feel like he doesn't have enough of a game plan, like enough of a difference of game plan. Like, he has one style that's good, and that's it, which is dash a little bit, throw Crown. Because, like, his neutral isn't good, he's not safe enough, and, like, yeah, he has some sauce, a little bit sometimes, because, like, you get a tech chase into a down tilt, down air forward smash, like, you die hella early. But I don't think this character's good. I think that, it's definitely a matchup you have to learn as your character. Like, picking up a new character, I feel like K. Rool's actually not easy to fight against, but then you learn how to break his armor on his Crown, you learn what ranges you can punish his Crown, you learn how to like edge guard him with your characters, and then that's it, and you're done, and then it's free. Like, also, he can't really get off the ledge either. I don't think his ledge trapping is good. I don't think his advantage state is good. Like, his moves do good damage individually, but it doesn't matter because you don't need to do a lot of damage individually when other characters can hit you with moves that do 4 and deal 60. Or 50, you know, like Sheik or like Pika, where like their moves don't do a lot individually, but it doesn't matter. K. Rool is not top 10 online. K. Rool's still like mid-tier online. And why does Kirby Kid have results? Because he's playing online. And like mid-tiers in this game are good enough to play online, but that doesn't make them not mid-tier. You don't have to play a top 5, top 10 character to do well, like in general, especially not online. But also, Kirby Kid has never done well at an offline major, ever. Next up, I think this character is super bad, and that's Mii Swordsman. I think Mii Swordsman is a bad character. I've seen some sauce recently, actually, on Twitter, which is a down throw into like weak side B, like full hop weak side B, and you can actually get crazy combos off of it. I don't know how true those are, but I think Mii Swordsman's just bad. I think he's a lot of cheese. I think he's too slow to be like a good sword character. There's a lot of sword characters, use like mobility and whiff punishing. Like mobility to set up for spacing to then whiff punish. And you can't do that as Mii Swordsman because he's so slow, so the only thing you can do is run back and throw a projectile. Or play like an awkward mid-range. And the mid-range isn't good. Like I've always thought Mii Swordsman was kind of trash. And like, you shouldn't be getting hit by Tornado because Tornado's really easy to avoid. You shouldn't be getting hit by like Tornado up B, Tornado up air. Like, you have to make such hard reads to get those confirms because good people should never be getting hit by them, like, ever. They don't want to just make them to Australian qualifiers. Again, if you are using online results to validate an offline tier lists, you're doing it wrong. Online and offline are not the same game. I have an online tier list if you want to check that out, but an offline tier list and online results do not fucking matter. They don't correlate. Like, it doesn't matter how good anyone's been doing the past year, unless you're in Japan, or an idiot going to an offline local, in which case you don't matter anyway because you don't care about fucking people and lives. So offline results, unless you're in Japan, don't matter, or like Australia, or things like that. But if you are in North America or Europe, don't use online results to validate offline tier lists. It doesn't work. Next up is going to be Piranha Plant. Piranha Plant's pretty bad. Piranha Plant's very bad. He has one game plan and that's it. Doesn't have combos or neutral. He just kind of hopes you get hit by Patooie and that's it. Character sucks. He has an exploitable recovery. All he wants to do is edge trap, but how do you hit your opponents besides them not knowing how Patooie works? Like, you just have to hope that your opponent doesn't know what they're doing. Like, down B's bad. Neutral B's, like, Patooie's an amazing move, don't get me wrong. Patooie's a great move, but it doesn't actually do anything besides hope that your opponents are impatient. Like, unless you're in advantage already. If you're in advantage or you're edge trapping, it's amazing. It's so good. But in terms of neutral, it's not enough. And I don't know how Plant actually wins neutral to get to his advantage state, which is very good. His advantage state's pretty solid because he has like a good jump. He's kind of slow, but again, Poison Cloud, Patooie, just like dash attack, stuff like that. But I don't know. If Patooie was on a character with an actual approach option, it would be insane. Oh yeah, 100%. If Plant literally had like, if short hop nair or like any landing aerial was safe on shield, Plant would be like way better, like 10, 15, 20 spots better. But he doesn't, so you kind of have to pick. And by pick, I mean you have to camp because like you have to just like hope, you have to like bait your opponent into thinking you're not gonna Patooie and then Patooie. Or like whiff punish them, but I don't know how because Plant's pretty slow on the ground. Like if you have like a better down tilt, so he can go like dash down tilt, like that'd be broken, but he doesn't have it. Next up, I'll put Incineroar. I think this character's pretty bad, but he has a command grab that kills at 80, so it's fine. He can kill you, and he has decent combos, he has decent cheese, but he's so slow and has a terrible recovery. Like, he's not a good character, don't get me wrong, but I think he has a better neutral than these characters and just better buttons. Like, if Incineroar, like, Incineroar's buttons, his combination of his aerials and his ground moves and his specials, in my opinion, if he was on a fast character, he's top 20, easy. Like, if he had, I'm just looking at different characters for speed, if he had, like, Young Link's mobility, that character's broken. Like, the character's busted. Super broken. Because his down tilt, F tilt, and up tilt are all good. His jab sucks. But then his nair, up air, back air, forward air are very good. Down air is also pretty good. Then he has a command grab that does 25, that does hella rage. Of course, a frame 3 counter. He has an amazing set of tools on a really, really slow character, and mobility is the most important stat in fighting games. In Smash Bros especially, like, mobility is so important. It's so important, and the fact that he doesn't have that means he's bad. But, like, everything else is fine. I got a sub, so I'm gonna go over Ryu. I think Ryu's definitely high tier. Ryu's a very, very solid character. He's somewhere between 20 and 30. I just don't have the other characters, obviously, yet. Ryu's just really strong. Like, he has camping, he has great out of shield options, he has stupid confirms, he's so strong, he has moves that just kill you. And moves that just kill you are very, very, very good. I think Ryu is the best fighting game character. Red Fireball's good. Hadoken's good. He has better camping. Tatsu is so good. Tatsu is so good. Down tilt, strong down tilt Tatsu is so good if you're not a floaty character. It's ridiculous. And then if you are a floaty character, you just get down tilt, like weak down tilt Tatsu, and it just fucking kills you. I think that Ryu is the best fighting game character of Ryu, Ken, Terry. But people disagree with me because Tatsu's so good. Ryu's is bad to parry? Not really. Because if you parry his, like, if you're like spamming down tilt, right? Like you're going like down tilt, down tilt, down tilt. If you parry one, he can react to the parry and then do a special move, whether it's focus or Shoryu. If you think you're gonna hit a button, it's broken. And you can't really SDI out of his stuff. Because like Ken's stuff is a lot more multi-hits. Even Shoryu messes up. Like Ken's up B messes up and Ryu's doesn't. It's just like, and fucking die. Like you just explode. So, like, I literally think when Vendetta is able to go to more, like, majors, I think Vendetta's just going to blow people up. Like, I think he's so good. He's so good. Better than 4 Ryu? Fuck no! Smash 4 Ryu was broken. So next up, I actually got a sub for this, which you didn't need to because he was literally next. Metaknight. I think Metaknight's really bad. I think Metaknight is a bad character. Too one-dimensional to me. Again, his combos, when he gets them, are really, really good. But I think Metaknight just struggles to get what he wants, and I feel like his neutral is meh. I think dare camping doesn't actually do anything in this game because he doesn't have a more reliable way to land. Like the reason dare camping was good in in Brawl was because he had Tornado. So we go dare. Oh, you're like getting really close to me. Tornado to the other side. And in Smash 4, his combos were more consistent. So sometimes he did lose neutral, but it didn't matter because you were gonna get hit at 20 in a 2-stock game and die. It's just bad. It's just rough. Lucario! Lucario actually has a pretty decent matchup with Pikachu, which is kind of funny. Like, I think the matchup's like barely Pika favor, maybe even. But I just think overall in a game where advantage states are so strong and kill potential is so high, and like people are just getting kills like sub 100 like fairly consistently, I don't think Lucario's aura really shines enough. And his neutral's like decent, but he doesn't have like a lot of combos. He has like kind of like situations to like hit you, but then I don't think his advantage state is super great unless you have aura and you're threatening to kill people at 40. Obviously, without aura, he's like down. He's down here. I don't think he's the worst character in the game because he still has a decent recovery and he's not slow. But I don't think he's good. I know the buffs happened, but I don't actually know what changed. Like, I don't understand what actually changed because of the buffs. Like, I don't know how he was impacted. Like, I feel like a lot of his combos are, like, very situational. And with a good, like, it's just one of those things that people just don't understand what's happening, so they don't know how to get around it. Like, whether you're gonna buff a roll out of the, like, Aura Sphere, or Spot Dodge, or, like, Jump, or something like that. And I don't even understand it either. But that's because I've played 2 Lucarios ever, and they were both online. And they explained it to me, and I forgot, because I'll never need the information, because there's 2 Lucarios. But, like, obviously, with Aura, he's a good character, because he's gonna kill you at 60. But, like, most top tiers have kill confirms that work really early, like Zero Suit or Wario. Palutena doesn't really have kill confirms, but she'll just down tilt you at the ledge over and over again. Peach will kill you earlier, Snake, Shulk. Like, all the good characters can just kill you at 80 or 90 or 100. And so you're not gonna get all your aura. And then also, again, something that people don't do is just run away. Like, if you kill Lucario first, you can just run for the rest of the game, and he will not be able to kill you because he's going to be at 0%. You don't even whiff punish, you just run. You don't try to hit him, and you just run. The end of bottom 10 is going to be Isabelle. Isabelle is mediocre. She has projectiles that are good. She has, her down B is annoying to deal with if you don't know how to deal with it with your character, but like, it's kind of just a matchup check of just like, do you know how to deal with this move? And if you can, it's easy. She can't really kill too early unless you're getting hit by back airs or specifically like down B into up B or up air. Or like Fishing Rod, but a lot of the times getting hit by Fishing Rod is your fault because you can shield it. I don't think Isabelle's pretty, like, decently fast. It has, like, okay aerials. Like, up air and down air are both pretty good. Nair is okay. Again, I was totally wrong about her having the worst Nair in the game, and I apologize for the worst move of every move thing. I was wrong. Like, Fishing Rod's just not great. You have, the jab confirms, but jab is kind of small. Like, I don't think Isabelle's bad. Like, low tiers are still pretty decent. Like, I think the only 3 bad characters are these 3. I just think Isabelle's just lacking something. Like, lacking, I don't even know what. Because, like, even, like, the better version of Isabelle, which is Villager, is still lacking something, right? Maybe it's just, like, I don't know. More range on kill moves. Like, forward smash is tiny, down smash is tiny. She has to get, like, a back air. And then if you're just able to avoid her setups and just, like, be patient, like, if you're winning, what is Isabelle gonna do besides, like, max range slingshot you and you just go, like, okay, shield. shield. Jump around this one, shield, shield, and it doesn't matter. Like, she can take space with down B, but a lot of the times it doesn't matter, and her grab is slow, and her command grab it's not actually a command grab. But I don't know, this character is meh. Like, it's one of those things where it's just like, there's something missing, and I don't know what it is for this character, but everything's approximately ordered, but order within tier doesn't really matter until, like, top tier. But, like, yes, they're all ordered. All right, right out of bottom 10 is going to be Marth. I think Marth sucks. I've always thought Marth sucks. And people have got really mad at me forever. I think this character's bad. I think the character is not consistent, can't kill sometimes, can kill sometimes at 40, but it's just bad. I think this character is bad. And it doesn't matter that, oh my god, Marth is actually decent, how can they be 50 spots away from Lucina? Because Lucina's a good character and Marth is not a good character. Marth is mediocre. Even if Marth was alone in this game, I would still put Marth down here because in a game with amazing advantage states and amazing killing, kind of like what I was talking about with Lucario, you can't just accidentally not kill your opponent. Like, you have to be so precise in a game that has really high speed, so people can suddenly be in your range and you're gonna miss. Like, yes, was Leo's Marth amazing? Yeah, but also Leo beats people with Byleth, pre-patch Byleth, who's also a bad character, so Leo's just a fucking god. And again, you can win with all these characters, like, maybe not these three, offline, but like online, like offline, you can win with these characters. You can. But Leo's still Leo. I've seen so many times where Marth has to kill with up throw, which kills at like 170 on Pikachu, maybe like 150 on Pikachu, and Pikachu's light as fuck. Like, Marth's bad. And I don't care who tells me otherwise, and I don't care that every single time I make a tier list, 300 YouTube comments are, wow, I can't believe you separated Marth and Lucina by 60 places, because Marth sucks. He sucks, okay? He's bad. Even with the buffs, he's bad, okay? Genuine questions to haven't played Melee. Speed makes Marth more inconsistent since you said being precise in this game is fast and hard, and I 100% agree. Why is Marth top 5 in Melee? Marth's tippers are fucking huge in Melee. Marth's tippers are huge. Also, he's really good at edge guarding, and he has chain grabs. Like, Marth's, and Marth has, like, the highest, or, like, a top 3 mobility in the game, and, like, the best backdash in the game. So, like, Marth's mobility, combos, and everything are way better, plus his tippers are huge and way more consistent. Like, if someone is standing on a battlefield platform, you just forward smash, and you get the kill. Marth is really good in Melee because he has great edge guarding, great tools to hit people, like, off stage, chain grabs, and, like, consistent tippers. Like, tippers are easy to hit in Melee, and they're not in this game. No character also sucks, but is also pretty good. Pretty good. Ice Climbers. I think Ice Climbers are low tier. Also, I made a low tier for, like, the first time actually ever. But I think Ice Climbers are, like, they struggle. They struggle. There's a PGR player that plays Ice Climbers, right? Like, Big D plays Ice Climbers, and he is top 50 in Season 2. But I think that a lot of people just don't understand this character. Like, this character, when they hit you, they can kill you with the right hits at 0. But the thing is, their combos start getting worse at mid-percents, so if you just get hit by a couple ice blocks or like a blizzard and you're not gonna freeze at low percent, you're probably going to be fine. When you desync them, they can die. Like, people don't understand how Nana works still, because remember, Nana can run through you. So, like, if you just understand how to punish Nana and how to kill her, she can die really easily. Also, if you understand the weaknesses when they're desyncing, like, a lot of characters actually have answers to it. Because, like, if they're gonna do side B, right? Like, they do side B into desync, because that's what most Ice Climbers do. You can, like, jump behind Ice Climbers because Nana's going to be blizzarding in front of you, and then you just grab because Popo is going to be shielding, because there's no way in fuck they're gonna back air you, especially not the first time. Like, maybe later in the set, but not game 1. And then you grab Nana, and then you, like, or grab one of them, and then they're separated, and then you kill one. Or, like, deal a bunch of damage, now any other hit will be fine. Squall's good, but, like, other than Squall, they don't really have great out of shield options, except for up smash, which is very punishable. Forward smash and down smash are pretty small. Like, Ice Climbers kind of struggle to kill unless you're going to get, like, a random up tilt up air, which, again, you can get from Blizzard. But if you're just paying attention to the desyncs and just, like, jumping on platforms and just staying mobile, like, don't try to brute force your way into Ice Climbers and kind of play a slower, more positional game to make sure you can catch them when they're kind of off guard, then the matchup becomes infinitely easier. Like, again, do they have decent matchups versus some top tiers? Yeah, I think Ice Climbers is, like, even or +1 against Mario, and Mario's a very good character. Also, I think maybe does decent versus Game & Watch, but, like, overall, not gonna be good enough. Like, this character is definitely tricky enough that they do well, but I feel like a lot of people they don't know the matchup. So I guess I'll do Link. Link is high tier somewhere. I think Link is high tier somewhere. I don't remember where exactly I put him, let me check. Is he above Ryu? Blink's somewhere in high tier. I mean, he's a very good character. He has great aerials, super strong, pretty consistent. He has infinites, although I'm not really gonna consider the infinite. But yeah, Link is just really strong, good out of shield options. Bomb is incredible. He has great ledge trapping, a good recovery. But again, the reason why Link isn't top tier, because Link in theory is like top 10, right? Because he has infinites and he has like crazy combos. But the problem is, if you ever try to use Bomb offensively and it's just, or like with traps and it's on the ground, then you get hit, suddenly you don't really have a recovery, because this recovery without Bomb is like bad. That can cause you a stock, which can cause you a game, which can cause you a set, like, which is really, really difficult. And that's not something that's like, oh, you can just get better, because it's like you tried to use Bomb ever and then someone hit you and like they parried your nair and then combo started you across the other side of the stage and then now you're getting edge guarded. Like, that can happen and it's rough. So I definitely think that's the main negative of Link, because otherwise he's amazing. Again, great out of shield options. With the S-Bomb, he has a really good recovery. He has infinites, really long combos, super good kill potential in general. One of the best nairs in the game, like a great neutral. Boomerang is also fantastic. He has decent edge guarding between bomb, boomerang, arrow, nair, up B. He's really good when that happens, but it's not gonna happen all the time, and then suddenly you're gonna get caught off guard and then die. But I think he's like, even without like doing a bunch of the fancy bomb stuff, he's still like low high tier slash very, very high mid tier. Like, he's still a very good character. Maybe he's better than Ryu, I'm not sure. I'll still have to order stuff later. Next up is Corrin. I think Corrin is also high tier, better than Link. I don't know why people think Corrin's bad right now. Like, I've seen a bunch of people say Corrin's mediocre or like bad, and I'm just like, why? Like, yeah, Corrin is slow, sure, Corrin's slow. But their burst range is so big because of pin. And not even like ground pin, but like jump pin. It's really good. I'm not gonna go the Cosmos route and say Corrin's top 15 or top 20, but like Corrin's good. And Corrin's advantage state is crazy because up air is amazing, nair is amazing, forward air, back air, all great moves. Corrin maybe has the best stall and fall down air. It's either Corrin's or Zero Suits that are the best, but the multi-hit's really good and has a good splash box. This character's super kills. Like, Corrin's kill potential is one of the highest overall in the game, because you have things like back air that's super strong, pin, whether it's the kick or just the tipper, you have up air. Like, Corrin was pretty bad at the beginning, but the patches really mattered, and then of course you have kill confirms like fair into back air, nair into back air, fair dragon fang shot, fair pin. Those are really important. I think Corrin's a very, very good character. Of course, their main flaw is that they're slow, but their like biggest thing is the fact that they have jump pin, which is safe. It's entirely safe, and it is just really strong, and it kills so early. And then of course you can do like jump pin into landing nair, jump pin into forward air, jump pin into jump away. Oh yeah, Sephiroth's is better, you're right, it's probably third best stall and fall. But like Corrin's really good, and Corrin flows really well, has decent out of shield options in terms of nair, mostly just nair. Hits both sides, good coverage. Like, Corrin definitely is a character that you have to respect a lot of space, so then Corrin corners you, and then now you're in the corner against Corrin, who's going to hit you with a fair at 50 and kill you with fair dragon fang shot. Like, that's crazy. Also, good edge trapping, because you can't stay on the ledge ever too long, because just pin. There's no way you're reacting to that. And obviously pin is a lot worse than it was, and her neutral's not great, which is why Corrin isn't like top 12 like she was in Smash 4. But it's like still very good. Like, I think Corrin's a good character. Like, I've said that since the beginning. Like, I was like, man, Corrin's pretty much better, like way better. And then I played Cosmos and I was like, oh yeah, this character's way better. Because like, just the things the character's doing, like, Cosmos is a great player, obviously. So like, if I'm talking like Marth and Byleth, who I'll get to in a little bit, like, I think that, like, Corrin just in general just has a lot of tools. Also, like, a pretty decent, and like, Corrin you can mess with the recovery, but like, unless you can go down there really early and get, like, a lingering aerial, like, you're not really gonna edge guard this character. Like, more edge trap, I don't think this character gets off the ledge very well, but. Next is Samus. Samus is also high tier. Samus is like almost top tier. Like, Samus is a very, very good character. Samus is super strong. She has the best, or one of the best zonings in the game. Like, she doesn't really have like the up close games like, let's say, R.O.B or Pac-Man do. But I think, like, in terms of just zoning, Samus has arguably the best zoning, because you have, or I guess Snake would be better, but like one of the best zonings, because charge shot's amazing, bomb's amazing, missiles are pretty good, she has great out of shield option in terms of up B, although it's inconsistent. Like, the inconsistencies of this character kind of make sense, except for up B. Like, forward air is like weird on platforms, and up air is weird on platforms, but I think Samus is overall a very consistent character. She has dummy damage, like, half charge shot into grab forward air does like 50% for no fucking reason. She has really good edge guarding, she has one of the best edge traps in the game with terms of down B. Like, this character is really strong. The only negative of this character is if you are a character that has a really strong advantage state and you can ignore bomb because you don't care about the damage, then the character sometimes gets juggled. But also, you're still going to be taking 8-10% from bombs over and over again. So even if you're hitting them with a 13% move and you're getting hit by bomb, you're not winning by that much. You just kill them because you're at advantage. Samus also doesn't really get off the ledge super well because you can just kind of respect forward air, and then that's kind of a struggle. Like, I think that's probably the biggest weakness of Samus is just getting off of the ledge. But at the same time, ledge jump bomb is pretty good. But yeah, I think Samus is a really strong character. Like, I don't like playing her as much in this game because I don't understand how to zone particularly well, apparently. But I think Samus is really good. Again, forward air is great for edge guarding. She has an incredibly strong back air. So like down air into back air is a confirm, down air into charge shot into forward smash is a confirm. She has a lot of confirms. There may be situational, but like because Samus will put you in the same situations over and over and over again, thank you Rags for the 61 months, like over and over and over again because of charge shot and because of bomb. They're like going to happen eventually because those options are just strong. Like she chunks shields, she's really good at edge trapping, has pretty good killing, and even if she doesn't kill you really early, up B will kill at like 150 or so, and it can cross you up sometimes, so it's very good. Like, I think Samus is a great character. Y'all making me do this hella out of order, Jesus fuck. Gets shit on by Min Min though. Samus gets obliterated by Min Min, holy crap. Next up in terms of the sub characters is Ness. I hate this character. Ness is my least favorite character in this game to play against. The character's good. Character's good as fuck. Great out of shield options. One of the best kill throws, if not the best kill throw in the game. One of the strongest advantage states in the game. Really good projectile in terms of PK Fire and honestly PK Thunder. But like, PK Fire is a great projectile, and I don't care what anyone says, especially because it has 0 landing line. The ground one's mediocre, like that's just a whiff punish. But landing PK Fire is really good, and it makes Ness's platform game really strong because Ness can be on platforms and pressure the ground with crazy amounts of damage and crazy amounts of pressure. Of course, you have down smash and up smash for 2 frames, and yes, sometimes down smash doesn't work, but then they're still put off stage and then you down smash again. You just do it over and over again until eventually they're higher and die, or you just keep doing it and then you win by timeout. Fuck it, it doesn't matter. PK Thunder is such a good advantage tool. You throw someone off stage, PK Thunder. Basically, if you're not a fast faller, the PK Thunder is so good. It does like 14. It's incredibly strong. The tail is so hard to mess with. And of course you think, oh, Ness loses to whiff punishing. But if you're trying to whiff punish Ness, that means you're trying to deal with his incredibly high aerial mobility. He has double jump stuff. He has magnet movement, which by the way, he has dumb magnet combos, which is magnet into dare, magnet into back air. Magnet just in general is really good. He can't be camped by zoners, or by energy zoners specifically because he has magnet. He does so much damage, and his advantage state is so good in my opinion that it's really hard to just keep him in disadvantage. Like, it's so hard. Like, he's floaty, he has double jump stuff. It's just crazy. He's so good. And, like, his main flaw is his whiff punishes, which, like, if you try to whiff punish Ness, you're gonna get PK fired. Because it's like, oh, I'm gonna swat him out. It's like, cool, you guessed wrong. PK fire, take 40. Or his recovery. And while some characters can deal with their recovery, and of course there is tech to like air dodge through Ness and get hit by the PK Thunder, there are so many situations where you're trying to edgeguard Ness and you get hit by the tail of PK Thunder that wrapped around him and then get comboed into PK Rocket or PK Thunder 2 and you die at 40 because it untakeables you at fucking 40. Like, it's so risky to edgeguard Ness. I would rather a character that doesn't necessarily die but there's low risk. Like, even like, let's say, who has a comparable recovery? I would rather edgeguard something like Plant, who is technically a harder to edgeguard character if you're right, but if you get hit, you're not going to die at 30. So the risk reward of edgeguarding Ness is they die or you die. Plus, Ness can actually make it back from pretty far with PK Thunder bounce off the stage PK Thunder. Like, the risk of edgeguarding this character from characters that don't have a counter, because characters that have a counter, it's free. As long as you just don't, as long as you time it like around the invincibility. Like, that's hella free. But if you don't have that, it's so scary to edgeguard this character. As like anyone. Of course, you can also hold down and keep your invincibility past the 2 frame. Like, it's so good. This character's edgeguard, or like the ability to edgeguard this character is there, but it's so risky, and that can be an entire swing from a game. You're gonna get tilted, you're gonna be mad, and then you're gonna be fine. And Ness's recovery is just the call an ambulance, but not for me. I mean, yeah, 100%. Like, the reason he's not in top tiers, I think his matchups are slightly too weak for him to be a top tier character. But because he still loses to like a couple sword characters in top tier. Min Min probably loses, or like is even with Joker, probably like loses to Palutena, Game & Watch. But I think those are all slight losses, but it's enough that in a tournament setting, you'll constantly be going against rough matchups. But also he has a winning matchup with a top 2 character in the game, because I don't want to spoil who I think is the best. But yeah, Ness is really good. Ness is super strong. Ness might be better than Samus, I'm not sure. Villager. Villager's somewhere in mid tier. He's a good character. The thing is, like, the thing that's better about Villager than Isabelle is side B and tree and bowling ball. Bowling ball is busted because it means that your edge guarding is really strong and really low committal. Tree is a better tool at giving you space than Isabelle's down B. And also, it gives you Axe, which is a kill move and an add-a-shield option that just explode. Like, people die against a villager. I played Pokelam. He thinks the character's middle of mid-tier, and I can kind of agree with that. But this character does have a lot of things that you have to look out for. Up smash is pretty good. Rolling Ball, Tree, good add-a-shield option in terms of Nair, good edge guarding because of Nair, side B, forward air. His recovery is better than Isabelle's because he has side B to kind of like stall him and also side B to go high if you really, really need to. But Villager, just overall, in my opinion, is a pretty solid character that just still loses to people that don't care about zoning and characters that do like really strong advantage states like Game & Watch or Palu or Zero Suit and characters that can run away from this character with really, really high mobility. So Villager does struggle, but if you're not a character that falls into the I destroy Villager camp, it's kind of difficult. And the last character that is a new sub thing, at least if I have that of the list, is Chrom. Chrom is somewhere in top tier. I think he's the bottom of top tier. Good sword character, very fast, crazy combos, Nair jab, like Nair 1 jabs are so good. Jab back air, jab forward smash, up B out of shield is really good. So he's so strong, he kills so early. You have to be ready to punish the air dodges, and of course you can accidentally die at 0 sometimes. He has Chromakaze, which is so good. Like, I don't think that Chrom like has a lot of flaws except his recovery, because like he's just really good. Like, he's a fast faller, so sometimes he gets comboed, I guess, but his damage output is so high. His advantage state with just up air is so good. Like, you get a down throw at 0 and just down throw up air. Suddenly, you just can deal 80% just from advantage state, and then they're at 80, so then you jab back air and they die. Chrom, but like, I still haven't really seen a lot of Chrom IDJ stuff, but that's really, really strong in theory, so I'm assuming that Chrom is going to get even better, because I literally just haven't seen it, other than like the example video that Snossen made, but I haven't seen like other Chroms actually doing it. But like, this character's really, really good. And the thing is, even though he's a less consistent version of Roy, even though he has a consistent sword, Roy's really, really good. So the less consistent version is still really, really good. Just slightly less really, really good, if that makes sense. Well, another sub one is Lucas. I think Lucas is like upper mid tier. I think Lucas is a pretty strong character. He is lacking like a good add a shield option, and that's it. Because otherwise this character is great. He has pretty good camping. He has Zair, which is insane. He has a decent recovery because he has a tether and also PK Thunder, although I think it's a worse recovery overall than Ness's, just because Ness's is scary, because you can try to edgeguard Lucas, and if you're wrong, you'll take damage, but you're not gonna die. But I think Lucas is like pretty strong. The biggest problem with Lucas is honestly his disadvantage state, because like he's floaty and doesn't have great descending aerials. Granted, if you get close enough to the ground, or you can do like a landing fair or a landing back air, like it's pretty fucking safe. Like Lucas's aerials in general are so safe. For no reason. It's like -2, -3, -4. Like, they're all incredible aerials. Like, if you just keep him above you and like do short hop kind of things, then like suddenly it's just Lucas can struggle and take a lot of damage there. While Lucas is, I don't know, his out of shield options are meh. I think Remy's still an amazing Lucas. I haven't seen him recently because he doesn't really play online. But like, Lucas has a lot of tools. Again, double jump Zair across the stage into like downer is crazy. His advantage state's like pretty decent, but it's not going to be like an aerial advantage state. It's going to be more like I'm going to kind of cover your landings with pivot grab or PK fire. But he also has like amazing 2 frames in terms of down smash, forward tilt, and PK freeze. He has great edge guarding because he has PK thunder, PK fire, forward air, back air, down air. Like, they're all really, really good. Lucas has combos as well, but I just think his disadvantage and his neutral are slightly too weak overall to be like better. He could be high tier, but he's just not, if that makes sense. Like, I think Lucas is an amazing character, but there's just so many amazing characters in this game that like it's not like he's not like top 30. Lucas even invalidates good recoveries. Sometimes you just have to time it. Okay, I'm done with the sub one, so let me go back to low tier because I'm not done. Next up for low tier is going to be recently buffed big boy, and that's going to be King Dedede. I know Dedede got buffed. Also, yes, again, I still say Dedede. I know Dedede got buffed, and his Gordo's a little better now. But I don't think that really mattered. I mean, Gordo was always good. Like, obviously, it does matter. But I don't think that Dedede is a, like, bad character, like, a better character because all of his flaws still exist. Which is the fact that Gordo still sucks. He still has a mediocre disadvantage. He still takes a bajillion damage. He still can't get off ledge. And, like, his strengths are a little better because, like, oh, the Gordo will stick better on the wall. But like, good Dededes were already doing that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, multiple jumps, better normals than, let's say, K-Rool, right? Because I see that in chat. But Incineroar, or Dedede has like forward tilt and back air, and like a better grab overall, and like edge guarding capabilities, because his character has multiple jumps, and back air is a good edge guarding tool. Forward air is as well. He can spike people. His up air is really good. And his recovery is harder to mess with. I mean, you can still take damage because it's like super armor, but unless you're two-framing him, like you're not really gonna edge guard him. Unless you're going like also like out there. Like Pikachu can edge guard the character, but I don't think that like Pikachu edge guarding a character means the character has a bad recovery, if that makes sense. I still think he's not great because again, he's pretty slow, and if you're ready to like parry the landing back airs, it can be difficult for him to get kills. I don't exactly know how Dedede get kills, although he did get his fair buffed a while ago, and his up air buffed, so like those definitely kill earlier, but the only other way I can imagine is like dash attack 2-frame, which is good, but it's like really obvious and really slow, so I don't know. You know who else is bad? Donkey Kong. But Donkey Kong has Ding Dong. So Donkey Kong is a lot better on stages like PS2 and Smashville and Small Battlefield. But DK is still pretty bad. He has one of the worst disadvantage states in the game. He has one of the most exploitable recoveries in the game, even if it technically does go far. Hand slap's pretty okay. But like this character overall is just like, hey, do you know how to play advantage state against this character? No, you're gonna get demolished because he's fast, back air's really good, down tilt's a good normal. But also this character has like 0 disjoint. So a lot of the times if you're trying to play the trade game with this character as characters that like also have decently like good normals, like in terms of damage, then you're gonna win. Because also then you're eventually going to put DK off stage and kill him. Like DK's edge guarding is very like, I can back air you high, or like hope you air dodge and then forward air you low or something like that. But I don't think that this character's good. Something to note is to make sure that if you're going to try to hit him for landing, you should always jump. Because if you jump and he does side B and has armor, you don't get grounded, so you don't die at 60. That's really important. He has armor tangibility on his tilts. Oh yeah, he has up air invincibility too. But like I've smacked someone as Pikachu for forward tilting, and Pikachu doesn't have a lot of like I've like forward tilted to forward tilt, and then we both get hit. But like the character gets comboed forever, gets edge guarded super hard, gets advantage stated forever, doesn't really have a way to land except for like B reverse hand slap, and then you just like can go higher. Like you can advantage state them higher than that would be good. But I think it's bad. But like also you have to play around whatchamacallit, DKO. So just like, if you're a DKO person, just be on a platform and get hit by like a back air or something. And rounding out low tier, we have Bowser Jr. Again, I just have a bigger low tier than I normally do. Because normally my low tier is like 6 characters, 8 characters, and now it's like 15 or so. But I think Bowser Jr. is good. Don't get me wrong. Bowser Jr. has side B, has down B, has item combos, has a great jab, has a good kill throw now in terms of forward throw, and also back throws, I'm pretty sure kill throw. Has strong combos at 0. But I feel like this character is just slightly too exploitable because, of course, you take more damage if you're getting hit on just Bowser Jr. Granted, you take less damage if you're on the cart, but sometimes that actually allows for longer combos because you're gonna like get a hit. Hi, Leica. You're gonna get a hit at lower percents, or higher percents rather, that would be good. Like against, like I know in particular with Pikachu, because obviously that's the character I play, but I can do down throw at like 125, and because it'll hit the cart, it'll combo into forward air, which a lot of the times I can space around to hit the Bowser Jr. itself, and then so they super die. Maybe even lower percents than that. I know I got like down throw, up air, forward air, like really early on catch up when I played him. And also, of course, if you get hit out of up B with a move that doesn't put you into tumble, you just die. So a lot of characters can just kind of like run off there and then like dink, and suddenly Bowser Jr. just dies. Also, their neutral isn't great, even though like side B's a good move, but side B a lot of times doesn't accomplish anything. But like I feel like Bowser Jr. just doesn't have like super strengths. Like they're good. Like don't get me wrong, like the kill potential's pretty good, and like side B's pretty good. But overall, just doesn't have anything like amazing. Like even some amazing things worse than characters below, like Lucario with Aura, Metaknight's combos, Incineroar's normals, Donkey Kong DKO. But like is overall just a little bit more consistent and a little bit more mobile and has a better disadvantage state than most of these characters. So they're over here. Into mid-tier. The lowest mid-tier are the Belmonts. I think the Belmonts are exploitable, but also they got some sauce. Like I definitely see a lot of Twitter clips with this character that just make them kill really early, and one of the biggest problems with this character was killing. Of course, their disadvantage state is mediocre. They basically only have down air as like a good move, and of course their recovery is fairly exploitable as well because it's just bad. But their zoning is still very strong, and a lot of characters can't deal with it or deal with it slowly over time. And then of course if you change up your habits, it's going to be fine. Their recovery is worse than max, not even close. Their air mobility is really bad though, so But I think the character obviously has like decent matchups in top tier as well. I think that slower air mobility characters like Lucina even struggle versus this character. Just, again, really early killing as well. You have up B, you have Axe, you have forward tilt, you have forward smash. It's hard to deal with this character a lot of times unless you have a really good out of shield option or like really good mobility or really good ground mobility. Of course, they have forward air and back air. Like, this character's pretty high skill in my opinion, because if you don't tilt your move when you're supposed to tilt your move, you're gonna get hit and maybe die. This character's pretty easy to combo, like pretty heavy, not that fast volley, so perfect combo weight for a lot of characters, great for edge guarding, just slightly better than the low tiers. Also on the cusp of low tier, but not quite low tier, is Ridley. I think Ridley's missing something. It's one of those characters that's just missing something. Because Ridley has like a decent recovery, decent normals, decent combo game, decent advantage state, decent projectile, a command grab, the ability to kill, has a good neutral air, has like good out of shield options in terms of nair and up smash. Like pretty good. But this character also isn't super heavy, gets comboed to fuck, but at the same time, like, has good stuff. Like, the advantage state of this character is really good. This character 2-frames with kill moves, like forward tilt and forward smash, which if you get forward smash 2-framed, you're gonna die. As Ridley, like, you can't mess with his recovery because it's way disjointed. Like, I don't know, Ridley's like pretty good, but not great. He's missing something. I don't know what it is. Probably a good landing aerial. He doesn't have a great landing aerial, so like, he's not really safe if he's like in the air. But it's good. It has like 8 years of startup. Yeah, but you're not gonna go off stage and mess with him because you also have to worry about side B and just like landing and just like fair off stage. So like you're generally not gonna mess with him unless you're a really good edge guarding character. His down air is trash. Facts. Isn't landing up air pretty good? If someone's on the ground, you're not going to be up airing. I generally get a lot of shit for this character because I don't think they're good, and that's Robin. I don't think Robin's good. I think a lot of what Robin does is fake, and I think a lot of people just don't understand how to fight against this character. Like, I think Robin's bad. Like, I think Arc Fire ledge trapping's kind of fake. The Thunder and Neutral is all fake, because it's just, like, not a great projectile. It's not super fast. 11 sword arrows are really good, but losing your kill options in a game, where, as I talked about a couple times, have people with really strong advantage states, and really strong neutrals, and really strong kill potential, you can't just accidentally not have your kill option. If Robin always had 11 sword, even if 11 sword was slightly worse, but if Robin always had 11 sword, this character would be 10 spots higher. But the fact that you sometimes don't have your kill options when you hit the fire, when you hit the thunders, when you're trying to edge guard, when someone's above you, just means that suddenly you're going to be giving people multiple more neutral interactions, multiple more advantage states. A game is set, and that's hard. Again, Arc Fire's slow, Thunders are pretty slow, so a lot of them are just like jump and avoidable. This character also has a very exploitable recovery because they don't have the hitbox above them, so if you can kind of pressure them to go low, you can just hit them, either spike them or just hit them off stage with a back air, and just rinse and repeat, and then they run out of tomes. They run out of resources. Because if this character never ran out of resources, they're pretty good, because you would just always have your strong game plans, but they run out of resources, so then suddenly they can't, like, they hit you off stage, but they don't have fire because they used fire jab, and then now they don't get arc fire pressure. They run out of thunder when they really needed to throw on someone's air dodge, or arc thunder someone for get shield pressure, or to break their shield or something, and they just don't have the ability to do that. Also, I saw people in chat mentioning it. Next up is Kirby. I think Kirby's pretty decent. Kirby has one of the best sets of normals on the ground in the game, if not the best set of ground normals overall, between down tilt, up tilt, jab, dash attack, and F tilt. F tilt's really good. Strong, it's a great poking normal, it's pretty safe. Down tilt is amazing. It obviously is also with Kirby's crouch, which is really, really good. Up tilt's great for an anti-air. Dash attack is a kill move, and jab's pretty fast. So this character on the ground, like, Kirby's honestly one of the more threatening characters on the ground, because down tilt can trip and lead to forward smash or grab. Grab combos exist from like 0 to 30, 0 to 40. Character has pretty good edge guarding with down air, back air, rock. Pretty decent and scary edge trapping, but the problem is this character's slow. And we all know that slow characters, just like Robin and a bunch of the characters in low tier, slow characters are bad. Because if you don't have a lead, you can run away from this character forever. But I think Kirby's height can give people some trouble, like, because he's very short and has great, like, you try to land on Kirby, they crouch and then down tilt, or crouch and then up tilt and get combos. Forward air is pretty strong, dash attack's pretty strong, forward smash is very strong. They have Dare Ride, which in my opinion is what put Kirby in mid tier instead of low tier, because Dare Ride's really good, getting the weak up tilt at like 60 and suddenly characters are just dead and you can't really SDI it. It's hard as fuck, don't get me wrong, but I've seen J-Jog get it several times online, which means it's definitely doable. But the fact that Kirby's ground and airspeed are mediocre really just make this character struggle a lot more against the mobile characters, because characters like, even that don't do well in neutral necessarily because of Kirby's like size, like Zero Suit and Palutena. If Palu gets a 30% lead against Kirby, Palu goes, okay, bye, and runs away. So does Zero Suit, so does Joker. Characters with good jumps, characters with fast ground speed, they just run. and Kirby can't really do anything about it. But yeah, Kirby's mobility is the one thing holding him back, just like a couple other characters. Okay, now we at least skip ahead of Villager, and we go with Banjo and Kazooie. So I actually don't think Banjo's that bad. I think Banjo's like a pretty good character, but again, like the more I just look at other characters, I'm like, man, they just have more. Like, Banjo doesn't really have kill confirms except for like grab, because like grenade forward air is not great, grenade back air is not great. Like, they're good. Wonder Wing's good, but again, having a finite resource for something is bad, because oh, you threw Banjo off stage 4 times. Now they only have 1 offensive Wonder Wing. Like, I don't know, their mobility is pretty decent. I think this character could get a lot better because again, they have some of the best 2-framing in the business with forward smash and down tilt and Wonder Wing depending on the recovery. But I just think, I don't know, something's missing with this character, which might just be a good out of shield option. It might be a better forward tilt, because like forward tilt is decent and it's disjointed, but I don't know. There's something missing about this character. Like, and maybe a player will learn how to like play them incredibly well. Like, I know Raito plays this character, but I haven't honestly seen his Banjo very much. But there's something missing, and it hurts. It hurts Banjo a lot to have that something missing. Like, I feel like if you're just careful around Wonder Wing, and you don't just run into a bunch of grenades, because people run into a bunch of grenades, then like, you're gonna die. Also, yeah, like, if Banjo's like up air did more damage, that'd be insane, right? But also, it'd be broken if that was the case, because it's hella disjointed. See, Wonder Wing a lot of the time not necessary for recovery. Well, if you don't use it to recover, people will just hit you. Like, you need to, like, against characters that will just jump off stage, you have to Wonder Wing. Next up is a character that a lot of people think is good, and I'm not a believer, and that's Mewtwo. Inconsistency is a bitch, and tail is inconsistent. Character's big, character's huge, and being big is not a great attribute in this game because you get comboed and you get hit randomly, and that sucks. Yes, this character got buffed. Shadow Ball and forward air and side B are all pretty good moves. Down tilt's pretty okay, nair is decent, back air and up air are pretty good, but I just feel like this character doesn't have enough to outdo a lot of the characters that are very good. The damage output's pretty strong, like it's there, because like Shadow Ball does a ton of %, but like, why would you play a zoning character like Mewtwo when you could play a zoning character like Samus, who's the same but better? I don't know. I find the landing aerials that this character has to be underwhelming, because you basically have to use forward air. Like, it doesn't feel great, and also Mewtwo's so floaty that like doing like short hop aerial is like really slow if you're trying to do it like landing, make it safe, because otherwise it's obviously not safe. This character's fast as fuck. Don't get me wrong. This character's mobility is OD, but the ground mobility doesn't really do anything because you really need sweet spot down tilt, which is really close to you. And if you're putting yourself that close to someone, you might get hit first, which isn't a problem. Tail's only a problem. Like, I think tail is an overblown problem overall, but also like randomly you'll get hit and your tail, instead of like being curled and like curled up like this, right? It's just like, so then suddenly you're gonna get hit like 3 feet away from you. So it's like, it's unfortunate. Like, there's a lot of situations where like lol tail is a thing, and it sucks. And it's like, you can't do anything about it. Like, there's not really a way to play around it besides like don't move ever, or like only look towards your opponent. Mewtwo with auto turnaround, that'd be busted. Oh my god, that'd be so good. Next up is Bayo. Bayo's good. Don't get me wrong. Bayo's a good character. Bayo's a pretty good character. But Bayo's pretty solid. She has good out of shield option in terms of up B. She has really damaging combos. But the problem is this bitch can't kill. You can't kill as Bayo a lot of the times. You're going to have to rely on getting witch time reads or just random forward smash reads, because things like back air, like up tilt back air, side B back air are just too, I feel like they're too big of a commit because Bayo's ground speed is really low. But also, again, like, you generally don't want to do landing fair because it's way smaller in this game, and it can definitely be, like, you can space around Bayo pretty easily, in my opinion, because you can just kind of, like, depending on which side they're facing, and you just, like, stay on the ground because you don't want to get ABK'd. This character has a good recovery, but you can still hit it, unfortunately, but it's, like, still good. Bayo has some pretty rough matchups. Like, short characters give Bayo a hard time. Characters that have good combo games and good advantage states give Bayo a hard time because, like, if you ABK away or you dive kick, those are still punishable, especially ABK, because then you're gonna have more landing lag. Maybe dive kick's a little better, but you stay kind of center stage against turn advantage. Again, this character's missing something. This character's just missing, like let's say if just forward tilt, instead of being just unusable, was a kill move. If forward tilt killed at like 130, this character would be 10 spots better, even if forward tilt's not exactly fast, because you'd be able to like parry into forward tilt. Like, this character just needs to kill better, because there are so many stocks as Bayo. I see people living till 130, 150, 170, 190. Like, I as Pikachu, granted Pikachu's hard to hit, have lived, and I'm a light character, to like 170. Like, down throw's killing me, you know? Like, forward throw needs to be a kill throw again. Like, I think if they just buffed forward throw to made it, like, maybe, like, Smash 4's forward throw would, like, kill at, like, 130 at the ledge, that's fine. Like, I think that character would be so much better and so much more complete of a character, because they already do, like, 70 damage on a hit. Anyway, this is a sub-character, and that's going to be Rosalina. I think Rosalina is, like, the very bottom of high tier. I played Dabuzz's Rosa, and granted, it was an incongruent connection because it was on Yuzu, Parsec, where I had 3 or 4 frames of lag and he did not. But this character's hitboxes are better than I realized. It's really hard to deal with Nair, and I'm not even talking about Rosa Luma Nair, just Rosa Nair. Nair is an incredible tool. This character's really floaty, hard to hit. The character's evasive, and a character that's evasive when you are waiting for your star to come back to then be a really good character is really good. But Rosa is good. Like, well, again, with attack cancel stuff, the character's constantly mixing up where the threat ranges are, and it's really hard to keep track of. Of course, it is relatively easy to kill Luma in this game compared to Smash 4, so a lot of characters can't, but I really think that this character's good. Like, kills really early, has a bunch of setups, good combos, great advantage state. Rosa's actually very fast on the ground, like surprisingly fast on the ground. So Rosa's mobility is pretty good because the air mobility is also high. Like, she's floaty, which can be annoying sometimes in terms of disadvantage state for Rosa, but at the same time, the longer you're in the air, if you're in the air for an extra second and a half, that's a second or second and a half that you're getting Luma back, or that you're calling Luma back to you, or stuff like that. So Rosa's pretty damn good. I definitely wasn't a believer, and then Dabuzz has been labbing this character and playing this character more. Also, Kirihara, of course, is an amazing Rosa. I think this character is very strong. Not top tier strong, because you can still, like, she's still very light. She can struggle to kill if you're playing evasive, and you can kill Luma fairly easily, and the recovery is very exploitable because it does not have a hitbox. Like, the recovery having no hitbox is a pretty big deal, because if you can hit Rosa, like, stage height with a move or lower, then you can probably kill her or at least do a decent amount of damage. But if high, then she just, like, drifts towards ledge, air dodges, down airs. Like, her edge guarding is really good. She has cheese kills with up air and down air and forward smashes, so strong, but this character's good. Character's very strong. Like, this character is a threat, for sure. Next up is Wario. People are gonna be like, what the fuck, why are you going over, like in the YouTube video, they're gonna be like, I'm so confused, I just want you to go over characters in order. You've gone over like 7 heights. Wario. Wario's still top tier. I still think he's a very strong character. I think, like, I had a video about him recently, and I do think that overall, the complaints about Wario's nerfs are, like, he's definitely worse, but I still think he's very good. He still has good anti-airs, even if it's not one of the most broken anti-airs in the game. He still has a comeback factor in Waft. He still has amazing mobility. He still has really good combos with low percent. He still has a pretty good recovery. He has a command grab. He has the ability to kill with down tilt, dash attack, and back air. And of course, like, forward tilt if you get those reads and stuff like that, which is gonna happen. The character can still run away, still gets advantage from running away because you have Waft, so Wario inherently can deal with some zoners. And in a game where you don't want, or in a game where, like, you're trying to keep advantage, Wario's advantage is amazing, and also he still has Waft. Like, Waft is still good, even if it's not absurdly good anymore. Like he did lose some kill confirms because he lost weak up tilt Waft at, like, the very end of it, because Waft is slower and up tilt doesn't linger as long. He definitely lost downer into half Waft, but he still has, like, Nair up air Waft, or up air Waft, or Nair Waft at, like, mid percents if you're a character that's gonna get hit by the Nair at, like, 30 or 40. Rage Wario is still fantastic. He still has a pretty good recovery. He has down air to edge guard. He has down air to also kill. Like, this character's still good, but just not, like, arguably the best character in the game anymore. Captain Falcon. So last tier list, I put Captain Falcon in borderline top tier, and then Tech Check got taken out, so this bitch broken. I don't know if Captain Falcon's better than Wario. That's pretty close, because I think they're both around top 15. Falcon is incredible. Falcon is so good. So good. He has combos that are better than most characters in the cast. He has a great advantage state. He has super armor on side B. He has a great recovery. Well, still an exploitable recovery, but, like, a better recovery now. Not a great recovery. I lied. It's a better recovery. Just Falcon's so good. Falcon is such a good character, because he has a frame 13 option that kills you. He has landing aerials that are fantastic between back air and nair. He has stomp into up smash, or sorry, he has stomp into knee. He has up smash as just a kill move that is like minus 11 or 12 or something. It's really good. Let me check. Up smash is minus 7! Why? What the fuck? That's so good. Holy shit, I thought it was like minus, I'm thinking of Raptor Boost. I'm thinking of Raptor Boost, which is like minus 13 or something. Yeah, it's minus 12. Up smash is -7, so you can just throw that bitch out, and that shit kills it like 80. It's so good. But he kills super easily, he has really strong combos. IDJ broke this character. Like, sure, the character got buffed, don't get me wrong, and a lot of that, like, part of the IDJ goodness is Raptor Boost being better, because it had a bunch of less lag, or no, it wasn't less lag. Was it less lag? I don't remember. It was either less lag and a better angle, or just a better angle, and I'm not 100% sure which. But that unlocked a ton of combos, because now you get Raptor Boost, IDJ up air into landing nair, or IDJ nair into landing up air into up air knee. It's so good. This character kills so easily now and has combos out the ass and has a good neutral. They're so good. God, this character is amazing. Like, I want to play, like, if this character did well versus Game & Watch, I would just play this character because they seem so fun. Like, I'm gonna get a labbing switch eventually and just lab this character because it just seems fun to lab. Like, I feel like losing Tech Check, like, Tech Check is barely a thing anymore, and that allows Falcon to be much more consistent, because one of the things that was a hindrance for Falcon was the fact that he was inconsistent, because someone could hit him off stage at 30 or 40 and then get hit by his recovery and then tech it and kill him for it, whether it was a hit to hit him out or a spike, and he would die. And that was a problem, and now that's not a thing. So a lot of his even matchup, or a lot of his like slight losses became evens, and a lot of his evens became wins. That's a big deal. Like, he still has some losing matchups like Mario, probably Pikachu, Game & Watch, probably like Palutena maybe. Like, there's still a couple matchups he struggles with, but also every character in this game struggles with a handful of matchups. Like, the higher up you get, maybe the less matchups you lose, but everyone loses matchups. So yeah, Falcon's incredible. He's so fucking good. He's so good. Byleth. So Byleth is buffed. Byleth buffs, in my opinion, helped. Still worse than Lucas, in my opinion, but I think Byleth's pretty good. Good landing aerials, because Nair's pretty good. Combos into dash attack, can tech chase. I think the side B buff helps a lot because it actually makes side B usable in neutral sometimes. Definitely not high tier, because this character's still slow. And again, as we've talked about, mobility is a big deal. And also this character kind of struggles to get off the ledge, in my opinion. Like, you have like the cheesy like drop off up B things, but like I don't think they're great. Like, Byleth is pretty decent. I mean, kill potential out the ass between forward smash and back air and forward air and up smash and like down smash and down air. Like, this character kills. And up B being faster means that Byleth now has another good out of shield option, because now it's frame. I know I got buffed by like, I think 2 or 3 frames. I just don't remember how fast it was before. So up B's frame 9 now? That's pretty good, as opposed to it was frame 11 or 12 or something. So like frame 9 up B that can like put people on platforms and be awkward, like up B on Battlefield into like up air drag down tilt up air or something like that. I don't fucking know the combos. But obviously Leo has had a lot of success online with this character, but also online is not representative of offline. But I think this character is just a solid sword character, a solid wall out, because they also have a good like up close move in terms of Nair. Because a lot of sword characters kind of had to like, can I go over Wolf? Yeah, sure, I can do that, come on. I think a lot of times with sword characters, they don't really have a good close-up move, other than maybe like a down tilt or something like that. Or a lot of times it's like a burst move like up B for like Marth and Lucina. But Nair's really good. Also, thank you, Jolly, for the tier 1. I appreciate it. Welcome to the E-fam. Byleth lost to 0 death against DK because of the buffs. I don't think that's true. I think it works even better now. But I think overall Byleth is just pretty strong. Just not strong enough because, like, again, slow. So if you're heavy lead against Byleth and you're a fast character, you just run away the whole time. Or you can whiff punish Byleth sometimes because you're just so fast. So I don't know, I think Byleth is good, but just not great. But like upper end of mid tier. Granted, there's like 20-something characters in top tier and 20-something characters in high tier, so still like 44, but pretty good. Okay, I think next is Mii Gunner. Oh wait, no, I have other characters to go over. Sorry. Well, let me go over Mii Gunner first, because I already said it and I spoiled it. Mii Gunner is here. I think Mii Gunner is a pretty decent zoner. I don't know, this character might be better than this. I'm not 100% sure. Gunner's kind of like in a weird spot for me, because like Gunner has decent out of shield options. Am I doing the Wolf Crest? Yeah, I just forgot before, and I just already said Mii Gunner, so I'm just gonna go over Mii Gunner, then Greninja, then Wolf. Up smash is a great out of shield option, pretty good for killing. Back air is great for killing, down smash is great for killing. Of course, you have grenade and missile, which are pretty decent for killing. The edge trapping of this character, assuming you're using the missile and smoke grenade set, is very, very strong. This character can have a good recovery. In my opinion, the down B, honestly, you should use is Shine, because I don't think bomb, like the little bomb drop's not actually that good. I love it. I loved that move in Smash 4, and obviously they nerfed it and you can hit it back, which is good, because otherwise the move is degenerate, because it was very degenerate in Smash 4, it's just Gunner sucked. I think you use the shine so that you can turn around in the air easily without needing to jump, and then get forward air, because that makes the recovery infinitely better. And you need a good recovery for this character, because otherwise you get hit and you're going to die by getting hit off stage. Like, I don't think you should ever use the up B at a shield that's like a strong kick up, even though, again, I love that move, but it's a really bad recovering move. But I think you need to just be mobile with this character, because the more mobile you are with Mii Gunner, the less you're gonna get pinned down in the corner, and the more that you're going to be able to, like, camp, because you're gonna get out of the corner and then set up your camp shop. And the camping with this character is very good. I don't think they're high tier, because high tiers are just like generally dominant characters, but I think Mii Gunner definitely has a niche, and if you don't know the matchup, you will get fucking obliterated by this character. Like, definitely a huge matchup check, but a matchup check doesn't mean you're high tier. Because like, Rose has a matchup check, but also then a lot of stuff is really good, even if you figure out what they're doing, because it's still good. Alright, Greninja. So I know Europe think this character is busted, and then every time I put Greninja in like high tier, people get mad at me, but I think Greninja's like pretty good. He's really fast. Great combos, super good jump, very mobile, decent recovery, decent edge guarding, because like back air and forward air are pretty good. Greninja, of course, has like water shuriken as well, good counter. But one of the reasons I think this character is slightly overrated to me is their recovery is actually pretty exploitable. Did you know how much lag side B has if they use it? Which basically every Greninja does. Like, they do like the little, I'm gonna kick you near the ledge and then fall and then up B. That shit has a bajillion frames of lag. Side B, it has 63 total frames, and it's active on 25, so it's minus 29 or 28. So you can run off stage, fast fall, and spike them as a lot of characters, like a ton of characters. It is really slow. It's really, really slow. Like, any single time that, if you're like a mid-faller or faster, you can literally run off stage and spike Greninja for going for side B. It's what I started doing as Pikachu, and Pikachu's not even a fast faller. Like, it's really bad. So they have to stop side being, which means they have to up B, and their up B, of course, doesn't have a hitbox, especially if you're in front of them, because they can't use the water. And it's a struggle. But yeah, Greninja is just like slightly overrated. Again, his neutral's pretty good, but his dash attack and down tilt are both punishable on a shield. Because, let me look. Like, his frame data is good, but it's not as good as people think it is. But like, down tilt's minus 12, and dash attack's minus 13. So if you're close, so like dash attack, if you get dash attacked, most characters can just shield grab it every single time. And that's bad, because grab is a main combo starter, right? And down tilt being frame 12, of course, it's not gonna be as close, but that's out of shieldable by a lot of characters, and these are his main two neutral tools. And then, of course, if he's going to jump, he's only going to be doing landing aerials, so then it's easier to parry. So parrying Greninja and punishing these are really good. Dash attack, cross up on shield, that's fair, but then you can just add a shield back air with a lot of characters as well. Like, characters that have decent up Bs, that have decent back airs, that have decent grabs, are all going to be very good. Like, this character's good, but I feel like just the goodness of this character is just overblown because of the mobility of the character. The mobility is really good, and that's what makes Greninja high tier, for sure, and like the combos and stuff, but I don't think it's as good, you know, if that makes sense. Wolf. Wolf is amazing. This character was already like top 7 or so, and then 2 characters got nerfed, 3 characters got nerfed that were above him. So this character's top 5. Wolf is amazing now. Wolf's place in the meta is so good. Because also, Wolf still does well versus Zero Suit. I think the Palu matchup got a little bit easier. Although Wolf, like, his biggest flaw is no out of shield options, and he still doesn't have those, and so Palu Fair is still safe. But again, things like Wario, Zero Suit, and Palu, all those matchups got better because, especially, probably the biggest thing in the Palu matchup is the ability to charge up smash a little bit more on dash attack. Like, I just think this character's just insane. This character's so good. I don't know what matchups Wolf loses other than Pikachu, because I will say that Pikachu beats Wolf, and I will say that for forever. And I have a perfect record against Wolves that I've played in the tournament. Granted, I never played Tweak's Wolf, but I beat Zachary's Wolf, and I've beat CDK like 3 times. Like, I destroyed CDK the last time he played. He had to go Mario. And that was the Genesis he got 9th at, so. Like, I think Pikachu wins this matchup for sure. But like, other than that, I don't know who Wolf loses to. Character's really, really good. Scary to mess with recovery. Again, the out of shield options are kind of mediocre, but Wolf has great mobility, some of the best applicable air mobility in the game. Great short hop aerials, great grab, good projectile. This character just has it all. Like, I don't know what this character's lacking besides a slightly better recovery. He's sometimes inconsistent because, haha, Like, you got edge guarded. Yeah, maybe Game & Watch. Maybe Game & Watch beats Wolf. But also, like, CDK should have been up 2-1 against Meister. And Meister's a better player than CDK. So I don't know. Like, Wolf is an amazing character. Like, maybe some slight losses. I don't think any matchup's super bad. Like, I think Wolf does the best against Pikachu as Spacies. So, like, it's only probably 55-45. But I definitely think Wolf is just so strong. Like, I think he's easily top 4 or 5 right now. He's clearly the best character that I've talked about so far. Sephiroth. Sephiroth is... where did I put him? I put him in top tier, right? Yeah, Sephiroth's top tier. Sephiroth's really good. Huge sword, really mobile. Side B's amazing. He has really good edge guarding with down air and octo slash and forward air and back air. He has a lot of really tricky options. Like, it's a hard character. It's a hard character to beat. Sephiroth has a lot. Granted, this character isn't perfect. I think the disadvantage of this character is kind of okay. Doesn't really have a neutral B. That move kind of sucks in general. But I think the movement is really good. Like, Tweak is fucking insane with this character. Granted, Tweak is insane with every character, and I don't think Diddy's like top tier, right? Nair, like landing Nair into like full hop, raw Nair, back air is insane. One Wing is such a good mechanic because it doesn't go away unless you're gonna kill your opponent. And sometimes you keep it longer than that, and he gets so much faster. Like, it's just Limit, but better in my opinion. Because even though Limit gives Cloud better, like, special moves, it goes away. Whereas you can camp with, like, if you get One Wing when your opponent is at low percent, somehow, then you keep it for a long time. You get better combos, better mobility, better neutral. His counter is absurd when it works. Like, it's the second best counter in the game. I still think Joker's is better. But, like, 1.3 times damage is busted. One Wing is so good. It's insane. Like, it's very slightly worse than Arsene. And Arsene's ridiculous. But I think he's top tier. I think he's really, really good. Like, the more I think about it, the more I watch Tweak, I'm just like, damn, that's crazy. You can camp Limit on Arsene, you can't camp One Wing? Exactly. But, like, Arsene is still better overall, but, like, barely. That's because, like, Joker, like, as a base. Like, I think base Joker is probably better than base Sephiroth, but then, like, killing it 50. Like, getting, like, down or up smash for Joker is insane. So that's a big deal. You know what other DLC I think is really good that people ask me to talk about? Steve! I think Steve's... They're really comparable in terms of placement. Steve and Sephiroth are very close to each other. I think Steve's insane. I think Steve loses a couple matchups because you can camp him, because he's slow. But Diamond is fucked up. Diamond is incredible. The combos this character has are ridiculous, even with SDI. Steve is so good, and he has such a degenerate playstyle because you have to, like, unless you are playing Min, right? Which, like, I'm poking from half stage. You have to approach this character at some point because he will get Diamond, and you cannot let him get 3 diamonds in a game because then he has Arsene backer for an entire stock. Diamond doesn't matter if he gets camped. Characters cannot effectively camp Steve nearly as well as people pretend that they can unless they are these super mobile characters like Yoshi and Zero Suit. Like, those type of characters, yeah, they can camp Steve. But average characters or even above average speed characters cannot camp Steve because his threat range is huge because he has cart, he has blocks that you can actually block off where your opponents can go so they can only full hop and then you can punish their landings. Steve is really good. This character does a ton of damage, great out of shield options in terms of course, you have the cart, you have the crafting table stuff, you have just out of shield nairs, you have up smash, which is great. Solely back in the mind, diamond pickaxe swinging from side to side, side to side. If he now gets a lead, he's fucking broken and you will so die. Like, if Steve ever gets a lead, you lose. Because you have to approach him, which is so difficult to do, even with the, like, kill the bottom block, run under it thing. It's so hard to approach him, and if you don't, you're gonna get Diamond. And so few characters can actually deal with that. Like, very few, like a small handful of characters, which is why he's not top 10, because there are characters that can deal with it. There are characters that shut this character down. Like, as I mentioned, Yoshi, Zero Suit are the 2 that I can imagine, and there's probably a couple more. But, like, he's broken. He's so good. If he ever gets a parry, you take 60. Parry. Like, up air stuff. He has insane combos. Like, it's wild. Top tier's gonna be huge. My top tier's always pretty big. Like, I have like 20. I before had like 20 characters in top tier. It's probably gonna be like 24. Shulk and Min body Steve. I don't think Min body Steve because you can literally only use Ram because Dragon and Megawatt get stopped by crafting table. Like, I think you just literally you single Ram the entire game. And you just time him out. And that's it. Peach. Peach is probably the second best character on this list so far. Peach is still top 10. She may be top 5. She's definitely maybe top 5 now. Still don't know. But she's definitely the second best character. I think she's slightly worse than Wolf. She's a walking... I think I'm going to steal Void's terminology with this. She's a walking ball of death. Because she hits you and you take 70 or 60. She has turnip combos that kill people. The Peaches are learning more turnip combos that just fucking kill people at ridiculously low percent. Yes, she actually, in theory, loses a couple matchups because she gets zoned out by characters like Villager and Samus and even probably Rosa. But the problem is, even if you lose, even if in theory you lose with this character, it's kind of like the Wario thing where it's like, oh, Wario loses to characters because they wall him out, and then you get a wafted 40 and you kill them. So Peach is the same concept, because if you don't play perfectly against Peach, you will get hit and take 70 and then be on the ledge, which she has one of the best ledge traps in the game because she has turnip and back air. Like, back air is so good. It's like her back air, her butt's over here, her hitbox is here, and also here. Like, her back air is huge for no reason, and it's like minus fucking 5. Like, Peach, high key, Peach gets more off of pancaking than Pikachu does, because all of her good aerials pancake. Nair, back air, and forward air all pancake. Or like at least equal to Pikachu's pancaking. Because honestly, there are a couple times where I've got pancakes, but like consistently I see Peach's pancake under kill moves all the fucking time. Yeah, Nair's minus 2 lol. Yeah, back air's minus 6 or 8. But again, she has like theory matchup losses, but then if you're not playing perfect, you're gonna get hit and take 70, and now it's an even matchup or a winning matchup. Like she's so strong and her turnip combos are ridiculous. And they're they're difficult, don't get me wrong. But like, who cares? Joker is the second best character in the game. Joker's incredible. His nerfs matter a little bit, but not really. Not really. Like, they matter, but they don't really matter. I think Joker's incredible. He's a top 3 difficult character to hit. Pikachu, Zero Suit, and Joker, maybe, are probably the 3. Maybe Mythra is up there. He's so hard to hit. He has grab combos, he has great landing aerials, he shrinks when he does Nair, he has great edge guarding, he kills super consistently and super easily, both Joker and Arsene Joker, which obviously Arsene, people just fucking die. Like, you just die. Gun is one of the best moves in the game because it is super mobile and hurts really far all the time. It's so good. Down gun's ridiculous as well. Arsene gun's even better because it knocks down. Like, I've literally online got tech cheats. Like, I was just playing Elite Smash one night, and I was playing, I think, Mythra, and I got like, someone did run up, read my spot dodge with gun, and then tech chased me and like ran forward, and then read my roll and like dash back F smash, and I was like, I was at fucking 60, and I died. But Gun's ridiculous. Side B's still really good even if it did get nerfed. Counter's still really good even if it did get nerfed. Arsene's ridiculous because then he gets a counter that just hits from below stage like Sephiroth does. It is so strong, it's so big, it has way less lag, it hits both sides of him, which Sephiroth does not, which is why it's literally better, because if it didn't, Sephiroth's multipliers I think a little better. But yeah, Joker's incredible. Like, he doesn't have a flaw. His flaw is sometimes he gets edge guarded, sometimes. But like, not really. Like, Pikachu can edge guard him. I don't know who else edge guards this fucking character. Like, it's hard to hit the tether. It's hard to hit Arsene up B because you can hold down and get invincible ledge grabs. He has amazing 2 frames with down air and down tilt. His mobility's super high. I don't know what the fuck to do with this character. I literally do not know. Well, I guess I'm learning it now because I've played a couple Jokers multiple times, but I barely know the Joker matchup. But I just thankfully play Pikachu, and so the matchup's probably in my favor because I don't know it and I'm just kind of playing it. But like, Joker, like, he has such a solid game plan. He can run away, he can aggress, his advantage state's ridiculous, his disadvantage is good because he has down gun and counter. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know what to do with this character. If people say he's the best, I understand. Like, when people are like, I don't think Pikachu's the best, I think Joker's the best, I'm like, yeah, okay. Like, his biggest flaw objectively is probably the fact that he doesn't have great out of shield options, but why would you shield with this character? Unless you are getting forced to shield by a projectile, why would you shield? Because you have a counter, so you don't care about projectiles, and then you have the most broken backdash in the game. Like, why would you shield? Just fucking move. Which is one of the reasons I'm bad with the characters. I run up and shield, because I'm a run-up shielder. Because Pikachu's out of shield options are broken, and so is Samus's, and like all the characters I play have good out of shield options. But like, why would you do that with Joker? Just move. Just whiff punish. Dash tag. Nair. I mean, bad out of shield is important in this game, but like, it's like the least important thing. What if you're stuck in the corner as Joker? Fucking jump, double jump, down gun towards the center. Oh, you got hit with a 12% up air. Okay. Oh, do it again. Yeah, like, he just jumps away. It's like, you hit my shield and jump towards center, and you're just like, fuck, what do I do? Joker's broken. He's so fucking good. Next up, I'm gonna get a lot of shit for this. I'm going to be, for the purposes of this ranking Pyra and Mythra separately as well as together. Pyra. I think Pyra is mediocre. Like, people say this character's good. I think that's straight up a Wi-Fi thing. I think online, Pyra's very good, because Side B's not reactable. But Side B sucks. Side B literally loses neutral, unless you're using it in advantage, in which case you lose advantage. So it's bad. It like barely 2 frames, it's not even that great. Pyra is slow, and she kills people, for sure. Down air forward smash, down air up smash, back air in general. Character has a lot of kill potential, and forward tilt's a really good move. Forward tilt's probably her best move, and she has down tilt 2 frames, and she has down air that goes through the ledge. But the problem is, none of Pyra's aerials are safe on shield. Unless I'm stupid, and they are. But also, -11, -9, up air is -4, but also landing up air is really hard to hit. So you're -9 as the safest. And that's not safe. That's not safe at all. -9 is definitely mediocre. Obviously the moves are big, so like they can be spaced pretty decently. But again, she's slow, so she's really easy to manipulate the position against. This character struggles with zoner characters, this character struggles with rushdown characters, this character struggles with characters with good out of shield options. So I don't know. Like, you have to hard outplay your opponent as Pyra with like movement and stuff like that. But again, she's so slow that I don't think that's viable. So I think Pyra's bad. Like, I think people getting hit by Pyra are getting hit by matchup inexperience. I think Pyra's worse than Byleth. Pyra by herself and Mythra by herself don't matter. It's literally about them together because that's how they are as a character, but I just wanted to, like, say it. Pichu! So Pichu got buffed. They're high tier. Yeah, I'll say they're better than Rool. Pichu is one of the best rushdown characters in the game. Pichu's like when you get hit as Pichu, they're gonna take you for a ride. Marvel 2 theme. They're gonna take you for a... Like, this character's amazing when they hit you, but also it's hard to hit. And Pichu still loses to camping. Still gets 2-framed very easily. Still takes damage when they're recovering. Still can't camp because they take damage when they're recovering or when they're T-jolting. So even though, yes, the damage reductions do help and the Nair hurtbox thing helps, the buffs help. I don't think they help enough. They didn't help with the fundamental problems of Pichu, which is mostly T-jolt. Like, if T-jolt did less damage, if T-jolt went back to 0.4, this character would be 5 spots better because they can camp now. Like, they can use double the T-jolts. The biggest buff is probably the uppy buff, honestly, in terms of the damage reduction, because Pichu, like now will take less damage when recovering. Still takes damage, but yeah. Yeah, the character loses to campers, loses to I can spam kill moves characters, loses to characters that can do what they do better in terms of just like playing neutral, so it's hard, but they're good. Next up is Snake. Snake is back in top 10, because again, a couple characters got nerfed out of top 10, and 2 of the characters that Snake got nerfed, which were Palu and Zero Suit, did well versus Snake, so now they do slightly worse versus Snake. Granted, I think Zero Suit's nerfs don't really matter against Snake, so that's probably still a bad matchup, but Palu nerfs do matter because now a 1 stale forward air will be down or out of shieldable, which is pretty big. But Snake's just a good character. Great zoning, great traps, dummy killing, down throw F tilt, down throw up tilt are so good. He's so varied. His disadvantage is like abusable, but only if you're really, really good at the matchup, like really good at the matchup, like incredibly good at the matchup. You're gonna be taking a ton of damage from this character. It's really hard to approach. You have to be so patient when dealing with grenade setups. And the character does lose a fair share of matchups. I think the character loses between 7 and 10 matchups, but they're all, well, most of them are slight losses. But he's not like top 5 broken, but he's top 10 broken. He's really, really good. He's such a good character. Like, a lot of the times, like, one of the hardest things about Snake is just playing well consistently, because Snake is so hard to play at a tournament level, and then there are just gonna be some players that just brick wall you. Like, myself, the Buzz, I think Leo's really good versus Snake. I think Nairo's really good versus Snake. I think Wizzy's pretty good versus Snake, although he loses to Salem because he's bad. But like, loses to like Mega Man, Inkling, Zero Suit, Palu, Game & Watch. Yeah, Snake's a really good character. He's super solid. Next up is Bowser in terms of sub list. So the more I think about Bowser, the worse I think he is. He's still high tier, because he's still absurd. Frame 6 out of shield options, very good. Frame 9 command grab in general that kills, really strong killing. Flame Breath is ridiculous. But his disadvantage is so meh. He by far has like the worst disadvantage of anyone him or above by like a lot. Like a lot. Like a ton. Because he is heavy character that has down air and down B. So just like roll away from the down B and then you're fine. Cybe's frame 6, yeah, but with its frame 9 out of shield. Cybe's ridiculous though. But he has 2 framing with forward tilt, down tilt, flame breath. He has Nair back air. His kill confirms are ridiculous, but I think this character just gets brickwalled by a lot of matchups in higher and top tier, and even some matchups below probably. Well, probably not below. Maybe like Luigi, because I haven't got there yet. Bowser's tech roll is also really bad. He gets comboed for forever. He gets edge guarded pretty hard. But yeah, I think Bowser definitely struggles a lot. But if he doesn't struggle, or like you get in your head, like if the Bowser player gets in the opponent's head, they're just smacked. Like Leon will just be like, I'm God, and just like 2-stock anyone. Except for me. But yeah, I think Bowser just struggles a little bit too hard with like really good advantage characters and really good edge guarding characters. You don't know how Leon made PGR. Leon's really fucking good, and Bowser's good. Like, again, there's a PGR person of this character. Ice Climbers all the way down here. So after Pyra, Hero. So Hero might actually be better than this. Yeah, Hero, like, if he rolls high, he's up here, right? But he has the potential not to roll high. His neutral's meh. Like, side B's good, but it's pretty punishable. It's just huge. Being a sword character, his Hero's kind of okay. Like, he's not super fast. His moves aren't super safe, as far as I remember. Yeah, like -9, -7 forward air, but typically you're going forward with that, obviously. But like, a slightly better version of the Pyra problem, which is why your Hero's higher. Also has pretty good projectiles. Side B, neutral B are very good. Of course, he has spells, which are pretty good. Maybe he's better than Byleth. Is Hero better than Byleth? After the buffs, I don't think so. But I think Hero's overall pretty good. Like, again, these characters are all good, in my opinion. Like, I think these characters are even good in low tiers. I think the bottom tiers are the only bad characters. But Hero, just overall, is good. He doesn't, like, the problem is he still doesn't really have a lot of combos, so he's going to be, like, one and, like, hit you, so roll for spells, hit you, roll for spells. If he had the ability to combo better, this character would be incredible. Obviously, Accelerate, you have combos, but those are really inconsistent and really crazy, so I don't actually know them super well. But yeah, Hero's, like, pretty good. His grab is okay. Forward tilt's invincible. Like, he has edge guarding with, like, forward air and back air. Kaboom, of course, is incredible. Magic Burst is ridiculous. Like, he has good spells, but he's inconsistent. Like, Hero's frame data definitely holds him back, for sure. And he doesn't have anything ridiculous to make up for it. Like, not that ridiculous. Next up is Cloud. I think Cloud is the very bottom of high tier? Top of mid tier. I'll say top of mid tier. I'll say top of mid tier for offline. I think Cloud's overrated. One of the biggest reasons that he's overrated is the fact that his up B doesn't work a lot of times. If you hit Cloud's shield, and you are right next to him and he up Bs, you hold an SDI through, you SDI and or hold through him, and then the down hit probably misses. And if you are away from him, like if you're at the edge of his up B, you hold away from him, and then the second hit misses. So he's going to lose a lot of damage on his advantage and his best out of shield option. Also, Cloud has some combos, but not really. He has like landing fair dash attack. I mean, Spargle's amazing. Spargle's an incredible player, but also Spargle thinks Cloud's overrated as far as I'm aware. And also, again, it's online. And like, Spargle will do well offline, don't get me wrong, but I think he plays a bunch of secondaries that are better than Cloud as a character. But like, Cloud is a lot of, I'm going to jump in back air and then you parry it, and I'm going to jump in forward air and then you parry it, and then I'm going to shoot blade beam and that sucks. And then you get limit and then you run away from them. His advantage state's pretty good because Cloud's pretty fast, his up air's pretty good, nair, back air, like he can get a lot of stuff off of his advantage state, but his neutral, in my opinion, is meh for a sword character. And overall, I just feel like he doesn't have a consistent game plan because he has one of the worst grabs in the game, and a lot of times against sword characters, you want to shield versus them, and you have to dissuade them from shielding as sword characters, whether it's like Lucina or Ike or things, and you get your grab. Cloud's grab is frame 9 standing, frame 12 dashing. Feels bad. But I don't know. I think Cloud's just overrated. He's pretty good. I mean, his killing's really good. If you don't have a good disadvantage state, you will get like up aired and up smashed and dash attacked in disadvantage, which is good. But I just don't think it's good enough to be high tier. Like, I think the high tiers are like, wow, they have a really degenerate part of their game plan, and I don't think Cloud has that. Next up is Luigi. I think Luigi is right under Cloud. I think Luigi is almost high tier. He is degenerate. His play is degenerate. Is he high tier? No, he's barely not high tier. I think Luigi's degenerate, because 0 to death, and because grabs. But he still has a weakness in terms of his disadvantage and his edge guarding, or his recovery. He has a frame 3 nair, good combo break, frame 1 invincibility down B, although it's super punishable. He does a ton of damage. He has multiple kill confirms because he has down throw up B, down throw up B, down throw down B, nair into up B, nair into back air, up air into back air, down throw up air into back air. Like, the character kills. But I do think that at a top level, at top level, and top characters, they wall him out or run away from him a lot. Like, Snake demolishes the character. I think Pikachu beats the character. I think Peach actually doesn't do particularly well, but like loses to like almost every projectile character, like even bad ones, like Mii Gunner and Richter and Robin probably beat Luigi. Like, Luigi has really inconsistent matchup chart, but at the same time, he is very explosive, so he can just kill you sometimes, which is crazy. Like, he's so stressful to play against. I think the mental factor of Luigi is probably the best thing about him, and if it was one thing to put him into high tier, it would be that. But I think it's still just like, people don't know when to respect down B, and they don't understand the win box, and I know I'm included in that because I literally lost to Elegant at Evo because I got scooped up by the win box and down B when I was trying to bait the down B and hit him with a forward air to win game 1, and I lost. And then I lost game 2 because I was tilted. He can edge guard. He has Zair, Fair, and Downer, which are pretty good edge guards. Of course, Fireball's a pretty decent projectile, but I think Luigi's like a pretty solid character. I just think he is slightly too flawed to be high tier. I think Luigi's recovery is actually underrated. Like, I think it's actually fairly difficult to edgeguard it a lot of the times because you go in situations where like a lot of people can't go, but I think it's still edgeguardable. So next up, Mythra, and then I'll do Mythra Pyra. So Mythra, where are you? Mythra by herself is the top of high tier. Nah, maybe top tier. The bottom of top tier, somewhere around Chrom. Mythra is ridiculous. She's so fast. She is the fastest applicable, she's applicably the fastest character in the game. She has, like Kirby, which is a weird sentence, some of, like, probably the best set of ground normals in the game. Like, top 2 between Mythra and Kirby. Because you have down tilt, forward tilt, up tilt, all combo moves, dash attack, an amazing burst and whiff punish, and then jab, which is rank 2. So, yeah, Mythra's really good. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter because you hit someone for 25 guaranteed percent or 40 guaranteed percent if you get your up B combos, then they're at disadvantage, and then Mythra has a top 5 advantage state in the game, probably top 7. There's a lot of good advantage states, I'll say top 7, top 10. She's so fast. Her up air is amazing. She has the ability to edgeguard with up B, she has the ability to edgeguard with forward air. She has good out of shield options in terms of Nair. Nair's pretty fucking good in general. Like, it's not like a super elite Nair, but it's probably the tier under that. She has really good aerials that combo in themselves. She has 2 frames ability with down tilt. She has whiff punish forward smash. She has whiff punish. She has like landing punish side B, which is 20-something%, which is really, 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 really good. Of course, the main flaw of this character is she can't kill. She has down tilt into neutral B. She has neutral B, she has like tech chase on a platform into neutral B, which kills people because it's independent of weight. She has forward smash, she has down tilt forward smash, she has the ability to just edgeguard people or consistently just out damage them. Sometimes it doesn't matter if you're gonna kill at 170 because you hit them twice and you advantage them for 40 seconds, then you get the forward smash. It doesn't matter, she has up smash out of shield. Like, it doesn't matter that she doesn't kill super early because she's still going to keep you an advantage the entire time. And of course, she has foresight, which is better witch time. So it's like, you threw a projectile from mid stage and you're at 120, roll forward smash. You're at 0%, okay, roll, down tilt, up tilt, back air, up B for 40. She's incredible. And because they do complement each other a little bit, Mythra and Pyra are top tier. I think they're slightly better than Falcon. I think they're top 10-ish. They're really, really good. They're just both incredible characters. Or, I mean, no. Mythra's an incredible character and Pyra helps sometimes. Because there are certain matchups where it doesn't matter how much speed you have. Like, I think actually Pyra does better against Snake because Pyra can deal with grenades by throwing side B. But like Foresight's fucking incredible, it's so good. Like, I think this character is really, really good, and the thing is, I'm probably underrating them. I think that Pyra and Mythra only have room to go up. Like, up. Because Mythra, even though they have explodable recoveries, Mythra has the air dodge thing, where you can air dodge to ledge. Foresight in general is broken. It's so hard to deal with this character. Like, they're so good. Like, I'm not exactly sure what is their negative besides their recovery, but only certain characters will be able to actually abuse the recovery because you have to do it early. Like, there are still a couple of things that people don't know, like if they're doing the air dodge thing, you can swing at them and force them to foresight. Mythra's side B, you can easily spike it over it. It's pretty good. But yeah, I think the character is top 10 at worst. Or like top 12 at worst. Only room to go up. Like, I'm trying to not be Pikachu biased, because like, I edgeguard the fuck out of that character. But like, most characters wouldn't realistically be able to. Okay, back to mid-tier. I only have like 2 more characters. Jigglypuff. I think Jigglypuff is way better than people give her credit for. I think Jiggs is good. So many rest setups. IDJ Dare loops in general, edge guarding. Neutral is pretty good for this character, assuming that you are patient enough. Puff is really good. I don't understand why people think Puff is bad. Puff is really good. Puff loses to some zoners and has some hard matchups in top tier, sure. But also, again, they're one of those characters. Parry rest is a thing. Parry Dare into combo. Pound is really good. You have the ability to play aggressive with this character, passive with this character. Really hard to edge guard, as most characters. Really hard to edge trap, as most characters, because you have to respect, like, jump away pound. Watch Base Mage. He gets so much stuff. I saw the landing weak fair into rest. That's not okay, Base Mage. That's not okay. Like, character breaks shields, tech chase with Sing. Sing in general is ridiculous. Like, this character's so good. Well, not so good, still mid-tier. But, like, way underrated. Like, people think Puff is like bottom 5, bottom 8. Like, nah. She's at least like bottom 20. There's just a lot of characters, obviously. Sing is kind of bad. No, it just, if you nair someone onto a platform, Sing just covers everything. Inkling! For now, will be very slightly better than Chrom. But yeah, Inkling's really good. Like, they're solid, and I think they don't have clutch. But everything else about them is solid. They have great aerials, great neutral, great advantage state, good recovery, pretty good edge guarding, decent projectile, good ledge trapping. Ink is a mechanic. Roller's really good. Up smash out of shield is really good. Like, they don't really have great out of shield options from behind them because, like, Nair doesn't really hit there, back air doesn't hit, and up smash only scoops from the front. But I think Inkling's really good. I mean, people sleep on this character because they thought Inkling was top 10, and now they're definitely not top 10. Just because a lot of the characters have better advantage states, better clutch, something broken about them, where Inkling's broken thing is their dash. But if you're losing, then it's no longer broken. Like, a lot of the characters above have, like, I'm losing clutch, whereas Inkling has, I'm winning, you can't bring it back clutch, if that makes sense. Like, Inkling's really, really solid. One of the most fundamentally solid characters in this game, and dash is broken. And Ink is ridiculous. Ink is so good. But I think overall just not as good as these characters. If the damage output when you have Ink is ridiculous. Toon Link. I think Toon Link is mid-tier. He's a good zoner character, but I feel like he just doesn't have enough to be high tier. Like, again, all the high tiers have, like, wow, that's, like, really degenerate that they have. And Toon Link just doesn't have that. Toon Link's just kind of fast and annoying. Whereas fast and annoying is good, but it's not high tier good. Because their fast and annoying isn't as good as high tiers fast and annoying, like Greninja, or you know, like Samus' zoning. Consistent confirms, good up out of shield, like bomb fair, bomb up air in general is really good. But like doesn't have good enough edge guarding, doesn't have, like, there's just a couple of situations where Toon Link doesn't have it over the other characters, or like the other Links are just better at something. Like, Toon Link is very good, but not as good as other characters. Terry's next. Terry is somewhere in high tier under Ryu. Terry's really good. The biggest problem with Terry is that he can't really deal with defensive play. Because like his aggression, like his like using normals and stuff isn't as good as Ryu and Ken's, because he can't special cancel them quite as well as they can, so like his moves are actually minus. But like Go's ridiculous, Power Geyser, whatever. And Buster Wolf are really good. His confirms are really strong. He has the most understandable neutral to play. He has really good combos in terms of course, like jab, jab, power dunk, jab, jab, up B, down tilt into forward tilt into crack shoot, down tilt, forward tilt into Buster Wolf. Like, he does a lot of damage. His character has a lot of damage, but his recovery is still pretty exploitable. One of the things that's really, really underused, or I guess not underused, but like slept on, is the fact that he has a way to make power dunk -0. Like, if you do like a short hop power dunk, it's safe. So like Terry's really good. He's high tier. He's really degenerate. He does a ton of damage, kills super early, consistent. Back air's great. Dash attack, like killing dash attack is great. But I just think he's missing, like his inability to deal with zoners is what's going to hurt him a little bit compared to like even Ryu, because Ryu also can camp a little bit back. His recovery's better than Ryu and Ken's. Yes and no. It's easier to mess with IMO, because at least the other two have focus. Like, he doesn't have focus. Like, he has power dunk, but he doesn't have focus, which is a big deal. And the king of mid-tier is going to be Duck Hunt. I think Duck Hunt's up here. I think Duck Hunt's really good. Great zoning, really hard to deal with zoning because it's so constantly different. It has good normals, forward tilt, up air, forward air, back air, all good. Nair's pretty good. Can is amazing. Side B's amazing. Gunman's amazing. But the problem with this character is sometimes they can't kill. If Duck Hunt had a more consistent way of killing, this character would be busted, like top 20 busted. But they don't. So a lot of times Can's gonna kill, and Can kills at 160. So like that's a problem. Like 160 is a problem. 130, 120 wouldn't be a problem. 160 is a problem. So Duck Hunt a lot of the times is struggling to kill and hoping to fix neutral, but the thing is, if you get hit once, now you're gonna be disadvantaged and die. Duck Hunt doesn't have a great disadvantage, especially if you if Can's already out, because he can't frame one Can and like be fine. But I think Duck Hunt's really good. I think Duck Hunt's underrated, and like I always flip-flop with my opinion of this character. I know they've changed positions a lot of times on my tier list, but I think Duck Hunt's really, really good. Just so strong. But again, like having the abusable recovery is pretty rough. Naruto popped off at Evo with a mid-tier. Yep. Well, almost high tier. Speaking of high tier, we're in high. Oh no, there's one more mid-tier character. I forgot about them. Pit's pretty damn strong. Like Pit after the buffs is actually a very good character. Down tilt to up air is a big deal. Up air being better in general is a big deal because now it makes their advantage state better. They have pretty solid neutral. Nair's still really good. Fair's pretty decent. Arrows are really good. I think Pit overall is better than Dark Pit because better arrows and vertical side B means more consistent killing. On a lot of stages, maybe you'd go Dark Pit on specifically Town. And I know the arrows you can like do combo stuff with them because they have more hit stun, but I overall think Pit's arrows are better, just my opinion. But I think that Pit and multiple jumps, good edge guarding, recovery is okay. It doesn't have a hitbox, but you can up B from enough places where it's not super easy to edge guard. Their down B is incredible now because it only has like 18 frames of cooldown, and it's just like it basically puts you completely invincible in the air, and it reflects projectiles. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I know the Pits did well in Oceania. I know they did very well. I know Raze is very good. Raze is like my Pit god. Like, I love watching him. I still think mid-tier, because again, they're a little too honest to be high tier. Because again, the high tiers and the top tiers have busted shit. Whereas Pit doesn't really have busted shit, just very good stuff. Like, consistently. But I just think, I mean, they might be high tier. It depends on where your tiers are, you know? But, yeah. So, into high tier. I'm gonna put Sonic here. Sonic is here. Nope, not there. Sonic's here. People have convinced me a little bit. I think people are still bad versus Sonic, because again, this is gonna be like, Sonic's gonna be like 35, 40-ish. But I think Sonic's pretty good. He's fast as fuck, he can time you out. His combo, like, I think up air buff really did help a little bit more than I expected it to, so up air's pretty good, which means his combos are a lot better, which means that his advantage state's better, which means that he's going to get you an advantage more and then spin and do that. I don't think Sonic is like top 15, top 20 like people think, because again, my top tier is 20 to 25 characters, but I think Sonic's high tier. Like, I think he's very good. Hard to hit his landing a lot of the times. You can, but it's difficult, because Spring is annoying, Nair is annoying. But yeah, Sonic's just good. I mean, spinning is good. Just remember to SDI down and away, and then spin charge into forward is not really a thing. But I think Sonic's very good. Like, I mean, I could understand Sonic being like here, maybe, but like, I just think Sonic's still slightly overrated compared, like, for a lot of people, but he's a good character. Falco's at the bottom of high tier. Falco's probably slightly worse than Bowser. Falco's combos are really good, but I think he's a little too slow to be better than this, because I'm pretty sure every single other character, except for Corrin specifically, is like faster than Falco. Like, good jumps, but I think Falco overall, he does a lot of damage. He has really consistent killing in terms of, like, up tilt bear, down air bear, down tilt itself kills, fair itself kills, nair itself kills. He can struggle sometimes if you play like one of the more evasive characters like Pika, Joker, etc. Because you can avoid the combo starters, then you're gonna have to get raw kill moved. His throws don't work at high percents. You can just DI down and behind him. Like, if you get grabbed and nothing works, which is unfortunate. I really think a better grab would really help him a lot, but he has one of the most like degenerate advantage states in the game, like up tilt, up air, dash under someone, up tilt, back air. Like, it's really, really good. I could see him being here, like the top of mid tier, but I think he's the worst high tier character right now. Oh, I forgot Zelda. Zelda goes somewhere. But yeah, I think Falco's a very solid character. I forgot Zelda. Zelda's like here. Zelda's worse than Pyra. Phantom's degenerate. Otherwise, I feel like it's really hard to advantage state this character, or sorry, it's really easy to advantage state this character. It's really easy to edge trap this character. Neutral can be a pain in the ass. You want to play on a bigger stage against this character, because the smaller stage you have, the more stage that their down B takes up, and you have to respect more of the stage of space. Is Zelda worse than Mii Gunner? It's close. I think Zelda's a little better because Zelda kills more consistently, because down B super fucking kills. When Phantom displace help in situations, displacing is kind of hard now, I'm pretty sure. But I think Zelda's like good. It's just like, Zelda's one of those characters that you're gonna get really frustrated and tilted playing against, but I don't think that that inherently makes them a good character, because like, you also get tilted by Pyra. But like, if you're a character that can deal with Phantom, like, you win. Like, if you have a Reflect or something like that, like, you just win instantly. And then their disadvantage is really bad, and I think having a bad disadvantage is bad, obviously. Next up is Mii Brawler. Mii Brawler's here. Mii Brawler is fast, good neutral, good advantage state, solid combos. Of course, can be varied depending on if you play Thrupper or the two-part up B or Heli Kick. Those are all very different, good on different stages. I think Brawler is very, very good overall. Great landing Nair, down tilt's great. One thing, sometimes they can struggle to kill if you don't get the combo confirm, if you don't get the down tilt into Heli Kick, the down throw into Thrupper. Although landing up air, and there's a couple other like confirms for Mii Brawler in terms of Thrupper. Also, platforms are so difficult to play on this character. Like, a platform stage is broken because you get like better up air confirms into Thrupper. It's so good. But so Mii Brawler's like a solid character. I think a lot of people understand the Mii Brawler hype. Definitely not like top tier, but a very solid and like a character you definitely have to respect. Let's talk about Diddy now. So Diddy, of course, my opinion of Diddy has raised quite considerably because I played Tweak, I watched his guide was really good. Diddy's high tier. I don't think he's top tier. I don't quite think that, because he still has a slightly exploitable recovery. He still has flaws, and he's still, of course, Banana you can use against him, but ooh, this character does damage. This character's damage output's insane. This character's kill potential is really good. Like Banana forward smash, Banana down tilt back air, Banana down tilt up smash, barrels in general. Diddy's really good. I could see Diddy going up. I could see Diddy being at the bottom of top tier, but just not now, not yet. I really want to see how Tweak does offline, because again, I think that Diddy benefits from online, because suddenly Banana is even less reactable and Monkey Flip is less reactable, and if you can react to Monkey Flip, suddenly the matchup becomes way easier for most characters. Like, I could see Diddy being better than this for sure, but I think that Diddy overall is a very solid character. Great out of shield option because of out of shield Banana. Down tilt is incredible. Down tilt chains across the stage on fast fallers. Decent edge guarding. It's kind of hard to edge guard him unless you're like an elite edge guard character, because barrels go so far. Monkey Flip is still really good. Monkey Flip makes his disadvantage better, but it's still like, you can't hit him several times and then he has to like give up the entirety of stage and go to ledge. I think he's pretty bad at getting off the ledge unless he has Banana in hand specifically, but Diddy, I mean, doesn't have an infinite anymore at all because they nerfed it again, but he's still a good character. You know, is also high tier? Wii Fit. This is obviously going to change because I think the Wii Fit header buff was accidental, so they're going to nerf it back. But with it, this character's kind of ridiculous. With the header buff, this character's ridiculous. Because now she has easy 0 to deaths. Like, not even 0 to deaths, but easy 0 to deaths. Deep breathing's obviously ridiculous. She has a free way to get her back on stage, as against most characters. Her kill potential is ridiculous. She can camp, she can aggress, she has good normals, she has good aerials. They're kind of awkward to hit on certain characters, but like 3 to 4 frames less on header is ridiculous. And like, without that, she's probably still like here. Like, I think Wii Fit's a very good character. Like, I think Wii Fit is a strong character. But with the header buffs, header is dumb. Header's so dumb. So, she's up there. Ken is the worst Shoto IMO. I think he's slightly worse than Pichu. Maybe worse than Rosa. Ken's combos are really good, but I feel like the fact that they're longer means they're more SDIable and more difficult. He can't camp because his Hadouken's not good. Like, it's worse than Red Fireball, it's worse than Ryu's Hadouken in general. I think that Ken can kill you really early, of course. He has the DI mix-up of the roundhouse kick and then Shoryu, so if you're DIing out, you get roundhouse kick, you explode. So like down tilt at high percent, you're going to die regardless. I think you can SDI his Shoryu sometimes and get weak hits. Like, I know I've done that. Yeah, I think Ken's a good character, obviously. He's really overwhelming with his pressure. His Tatsu can close space. It's invincible on his feet. But I think overall, just like, he's a little more out-of-shieldable, like, safely, in my opinion, than against Ryu. Like, he's less scary because his individual hits are weaker. You can fall out of Shoryu, you can fall out of Tatsu. Like, I know personally I can SDI up out of Tatsu and then landing aerial him, and I'm pretty sure most characters that are floaty can do that, which is bad. Like, honestly, it's really scary to have them, like, 10 spaces apart, because I don't think there's that much of a gap. There's just a ton of fucking good characters. Like, I can understand if, like, Ryu's here, or Ken is here, or something like that, but, like, it's all relative anyway. Next up, I say Yoshi. Yoshi is damn good, he's really good, he's really mobile, double jump armor, good out of shield options. Great down tilt, tech chasing, edge guarding. Egg is really good of a camping tool. Egg roll's an underrated move. I just wanted to say that. Egg roll's pretty still bad. But Yoshi's really, really good. Like, Yoshi's a super strong character. Really good kill confirms. Forward air into up air, forward air, up smash. Landing back air into forward smash is ridiculous. Like, landing back air 2 into forward smash is so good. Or bear 1 up smash, bear 1 up air. Back air in general is a kill move. He's really good at playing passive at high percent. He's really hard to combo because he's floaty, heavy, and has double jump armor frame 1. He has a grab combo with 0 with like down throw into up air, which is cool. He has a command grab, which is really good, that can get a lot of damage. He has shield break setups, although it's react to down B, obviously, but it's faster than Bowser's down B. Like, overall, Yoshi's a very good character. Like, he can play passive, he can play kind of aggressive, he can play mid-range. It's just, he has it all, but he just doesn't have something broken like the top tiers, basically. Sub for Palu. So Palu is still top 10. Maybe slightly worse than Snake, I'm not 100% sure. Palu's still really good. I think that fair and dash attack nerfs are important. I think the most important nerfs in order are fair nerf, then grab range, then dash attack. But fair being -5 instead of -2 is, in my opinion, a big deal, because it means that matchups against Mario and Game & Watch and characters with really, really good out of shield options got worse. Because I know if fair is 1 stale, I can nair it out of shield. Or every single 3-frame aerial can out of shield it now. Or used to be -3? Okay, sorry. For some reason I always said -2. That's my bad. So it's -5 now. Instead of -3. But I think the ability that you have to be safer, means that now her main neutral tool is gone. Because fair is broken. Fair was so good, and now it's still very good. But it's not as good. Palu has great combos, great advantage state, still super good neutral, just not as oppressive as a neutral. Like, Nair's still really good, right? Back air's still an incredible aerial, dash attack's still good, but grab is also a big nerf, because there was a lot of times where you would try to space on Palu's shield and then get grabbed and back thrown and died at 95 or 100. And that doesn't happen anymore, because Palu got nerfed. Like, I've seen a lot of situations that the people have been like, man, I lost to this in tournament, and I recreated it exactly, and now it wouldn't grab. And I think the grab is a pretty big deal. So I think top 10, probably like number 10, maybe number 11, maybe number 9, something like that. But I think Palu's a really, really good character overall. Like, the nerfs mattered, but they didn't matter that much. But they did matter because, like, Palu was probably top 5. All right, back to high tier. Let's go over Young Link. So I think Young Link is actually slightly worse than Samus. I know Young Link has better normals than Samus does, but I feel like the projectiles itself are kind of dinky. Like, Samus's charge shot is a threat because it's gonna deal you 20 even if there's no combo off of it, whereas Young Link, a lot of time you can like walk forward and shield and walk forward and shield, and it's annoying because Young Link is very mobile, but you walk forward and shield and then play the neutral game. Whereas Samus, it's play the neutral game, guess, 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 and there's no reacting to release charge shot, where there's reacting to boomerang and arrow, but you can't react to I'm gonna charge shot now. Why is Young Link's side B safe on shield? I don't know, that's weird. But like Young Link has good confirms, but like if you don't get the like arrow into up B or like down tilt into up air, like if you're struggling to get those random kill like combo hits, then you can still struggle to kill and have to end up doing like forward throw, which isn't great. The king of high tier is Ike. I think Ike is a really strong character. His buffs made him so much more of an interesting character that he's more than just Nair. His empty jumps are more valuable because Nair isn't as broken. Down tilt is incredible. Down tilt back air, down tilt forward air. Up B killing the way it does means that if you get like a really early kill, you can get like Nair up Bs and stuff like that on platforms, on town. Up B at a shield is better, even though it's still framed like 13 or something. But I think Ike is good. Solid damage, good throws, good recovery, like probably the best recovery of any sword character except maybe Sephiroth. High side B is so hard to deal with unless you're literally Min or like PK Thunder. Like that's it. Like he's definitely a gatekeeper character because offline, of course, you are going to get more parries on Nairs, but again, because you can do strong Nair or weak Nair now, like Ikes aren't always going for the latest Nair possible, so it changes the parry timings a little bit. He has good anti-airs in terms of up tilt. He has, of course, a really good ground normal in terms of down tilt. Like he kills out the ass, dash attack, up B, eruption, which is 2-frame lol, forward tilt, all really good. So yeah, Ike's pretty good. He's just not top tier. Also Sheik, I forgot about Sheik. Sheik is here. Sheik's pretty good. I think Sheik's a really, really good character. She's so mobile, she's so hard to hit. She does a lot of damage with her combos. She has great edge guarding. She has plenty of kill setups. She has, again, good edge guarding. So even if she doesn't get her early kill setups like raindrop or like needle bouncing fish or like needle up smash or needle footstool dare up smash, is she better than Greninja? Probably not, actually. She's probably here. She's here. Well, she has a better neutral than, she has a rising aerial. Yeah, no, fuck that. I'm putting Sheik higher than Greninja. Fuck it. I don't care. Europe, be mad at me. I don't care. I don't care. Europe, be mad. Give me that notification. Give me them analytics, baby. But like Sheik can kill. Like Sheik actually can kill. Her not killing is a myth. She loses to trades, but also she's so mobile that a lot of times she doesn't have to trade. Like the only characters that are forcing trades are like specifically like Pikachu, Pac-Man, something like that. Apparently Ice Climbers is a terrible matchup, says Void. But I think Sheik is overall so strong. Like having a rising aerial is so important. Having needles be -7 is so important. She's good. She's really good. Forward smash is strong. Like drag down up airs are really strong. She has great combo trees. Like I've seen Void do so much damage. Like subscribe to his YouTube. His Sheik videos are just a fucking wonder to watch. They're so fun. But I think overall Sheik is a very solid character. Not top tier yet for me. Sheik is one of those characters that always continually gets optimized. She has IDJ stuff. So I don't know, she has a lot. I think that's it for high tier. So I think now everyone's top tier. Speaking of it, the worst top tier, Olimar. Olimar still might be better than this. Olimar might be like top 15, I don't know. But he loses a lot of matchups. He loses to several people in top tier, but wow, he's obnoxious. He's so hard. He's so hard to deal with because constantly keeping track of all the Pikmin. He got his glitch fixed, which helps with his like up B and stuff. He kills you really early with like blue grabs, purple everything, red forward smash and back air. He can edge guard you, he can edge trap you, but Olimar is just like so strong. Like he's a constant back and forth type of zoner. Like there's a lot of zoners in this game which are like Samus or Young Link where like they're gonna be zoning and then sometimes run up to you and hit you. Whereas Olimar is constantly playing in the mid range and then you have to guess if he's going to back up and forward smash or run up and grab or run up and forward or run up and down tilt. So I think Olimar is really, really good. You know, my top tier is huge just because there's a lot of good characters here. Sorry, Mega Man's in the top of high tier. Or one of the top of high tier. He's really strong, good out of shield options, powerful, back air, forward air, Z-Drop Metal Blade into up tilt is ridiculous. Lemons are great, he's a good zoner, he has good edge guarding. The biggest problem with Mega Man, which is why he's not top tier in my opinion, is his recovery is actually not good. Like his recovery is very exploitable, because if he up B's high, obviously you have to basically just look out for down air and air dodge. It's like, that's not great. Leaf Shield's ridiculous, that move's so good. Even if it drops out sometimes, it's still so good. Leaf Shield's ridiculous. Like I could see Mega Man being top tier, I just don't think so right now. He does a lot of damage, he's super strong, but like he gets edge guard and he gets comboed really hard because he's like kind of round when he gets comboed, and he's heavy. And he's like kind of a fast faller, so like he just dies. But he has a decent matchup spread, but at the same time he loses a lot to top tiers. Like he loses to Palu and Pika and Wario probably, and honestly probably at this point Falcon and Olimar and Roy and Chrom and like Inkling. Like he struggles a lot, but also he's broken. So welcome to high tier. Is everyone else top tier? Everyone else is top tier. Okay. Let's go over Zero Suit. So I think Zero Suit is still pretty good. Maybe slightly better than what I put in her video. I think I over-exaggerated, but I do think her nerfs are the most influential, and I will talk about why. The thing is, Zero Suit could play defensively while being offensive, because Zero Suit had Nair, which is her best combo tool, clearly, because she still has safe landing aerials like up air and back air and there, but they're not going to be as good at comboing, because Nair gives you Nair up smash at 0, Nair fair flip jump at higher percents. She gets a lot of confirms. But the problem is, with her Nair being -5 now instead of -2, what is it? I'm just gonna make sure. So her Nair is now, oh, it's -4. Oh, but short hop Nair is gonna be -5, because that matters. Short hops matter, right? So short hop Nair matters, so it's gonna be -5, so if it's one stale, it's -6. Zero Suit below Steve and Sephiroth? They're like, these three are pretty comparable, but I think Zero Suit got nerfed the hardest. Because in order to get all of her good combos now, like Nair filler flip jump, Nair flip jump well, flip jump kick probably works, but like her best Nair combos, she still has to be aggressive. She still has to go into you with Nair. Whereas if she wants to be safe, she has to retreat with Nair. So if she's retreating with Nair, she won't get those combos because she's going to be too far. So she cannot simultaneously play safe and get her damage. She has to pick one, and that's a big deal. Having to pick between safe and having to play between safe and combos is something that Zero Suit did not have to do before in terms of her Nair, and now she does. So now, even though all the combos still work, like Nair fair flip jump and her ladder combos and all that type of stuff still works, she's going to have to do a lot more decision making in terms of being aggressive or defensive, and if the Zero Suit is playing one way or the other, you can tell as the opponent and therefore hit her. Her nerfs, in my opinion, also a big thing is her up B nerf. Her up B is frame 6 now, so moves that are -5 are safer, or -6 and spaced now are fine, as opposed to 4 where like they would sometimes like be slightly higher and then up you would clip them. So those two nerfs matter a lot, IMO, like a lot. But Zero Suit's really good still, because she's still super mobile. The characters that she camped, still fine. Like that matchup's not better, or not, that matchup's barely better, because like of course having a worse out of shield option, having a worse combo tool do matter, but it's not like super influential. But the matchups that were hard for her now actually got difficult, like Pikachu, like Wolf, like Chrom and Roy. Like Chrom, I think does like -3s, like maybe +2s, +2.5s this character, because like everything he has is safe on shield, because boost kicking her. Like that's a big deal. So yeah, crazy good. But just not, you know, I thought Zero Suit was top 5 before, so she went from top 5 to top 15. Next up, Pac-Man. Pac-Man is slightly worse than Zero Suit, or like maybe where Mythra is, I'm not sure. Pac-Man's really good. Hydrant is degenerate against a lot of characters. It just invalidates a lot of low tiers. His camping invalidates a lot of low tiers. His buttons are so good. He kills so early. Forward smash is ridiculous. His edge guarding is so good. He has applicably the best or second best recovery in the game, because it's either him or Pikachu, because Pellet's amazing. He constantly gets his resources back all the time. It's really easy. He does a ton of damage because Forward does fucking 9 or some shit, which is crazy. Like, when this character has momentum, he's one of the scariest characters in the game, and then he can reset his own momentum. But the biggest problem is, if you are patient enough and know how to deal with Hydrant, his disadvantage can be kind of whack. Like, if you have a disjoint above you, his disadvantage can be whack because you, like, jump at him and he hydrants because he's scared. And then you fast fall and then you jump again, and now he doesn't have hydrants, so now he has to land with his Nair, which isn't really disjointed, so then you get hit and die. But of course, he's a zoner that can box, just like, you know, fucking like R.O.B, right? Which is crazy. He's so good. And he has ridiculous combos, he does so much damage, he has crazy kill confirms, he has key, he has so many setups, like so many setups that you have to just be careful for, and in a tournament set, it's really hard to keep track of all of them because there's a billion. So yeah, Pac-Man's really good. R.O.B, I forgot to go over R.O.B. I think R.O.B is better than Inkling. Maybe better than Mythra. Right, nope. Right here. So R.O.B loses like 20 matchups. R.O.B is so weird. R.O.B is one of those characters again, but in theory he loses a lot of matchups. And then he hits you and you die. He has down tilt, which is incredible. Although I think people respect down tilt a little too much because the only version of down tilt that's really broken is one down tilt. In terms of neutral, one down tilt, because it's -3 and a 5-frame startup. Or the other way around. I always forget which way, if it's -3 frame 5 or frame 3 -5. So it's frame 3 -5. So if he's going to go down tilt, right, it's -8, or 8 frame will trade. So that's actually pretty out of shieldable by most characters, whether it's their up B or like their fastest aerial. So R.O.B is really good because he has great neutral, great camping. I mean, laser and gyro are very good. Item combos are ridiculous. He has side B, he has Nair side B, he has gyro side B, he has so many things to kill you at 0, right? But his disadvantage is mediocre. And he can get edge guarded and edge trapped pretty hard. Like, he is probably the top tier with the worst disadvantage in the game. Like, overall. Like, not necessarily the worst recovery, because obviously his recovery in theory is good. It's just you'll probably get hit if you recover low, and if you recover high, you're gonna get parried and hit. But yeah, R.O.B is really, he's so explosive of a character. You have to be like, R.O.B can just win at any time, and it's really scary. So even though he loses to Joker and Wolf and Palutena and Mythra and Pyra and probably Falcon and probably Steve and Zero Suit and Pikachu and Shulk and Mario and Fox and Pokemon Trainer and Game & Watch. He loses to all these characters and Rosa and maybe Mii Brawler and Samus and Yoshi and all those characters, Mega Man. He can also beat all those characters because he just 0, 40, 60, 80. Oh, down air? Oh, cool. Like, he can just kill you, so he's pretty good. But he's not top 10. R.O.B disadvantage is worse than Snake's? I think so. Because Snake's Barrier versus better. Oh yeah, Diddy also smokes R.O.B. True. R.O.B doesn't lose to Shulk. Okay. Next up from the bottom is Roy. Roy is here. Yeah, Roy's here. Roy's really good. He's such a strong character. Yes, I think Roy is, I mean, again, there's a lot of good characters in this game. I don't, like, Roy and Chrom aren't actually that far apart. There's just a ton of characters between them because there's a lot of good characters. But Roy's really strong. He's so fast. He's so consistent. Jab back air is ridiculous. His sour spots are actually good for him a lot of the time, which is very different than Marth, who sucks, because his sour spots are good, but then you have to get the difficult to get tipper, whereas like Roy has like guaranteed sour spot, sweet spot combos, which are so good. I think that Roy, side B is ridiculous. Side B, so he doesn't need it, and he's still a good character, and then he has it. So like, jab back air, jab up air, jab fair, forward smash reads, down tilt tech chase forward smash is so strong. Like, he tech chases you and just kills you. Is Roy the best Fire Emblem character? Yeah, for sure. Like, he's so good. He's an incredible character. So, Lucina is worse than Zero Suit. I think Lucina's a very good character. I just think she's overrated compared to a lot of people. But like, she's so solid. Like, I think she's higher than my last year's, because I think she was around Chrom last time, and now she's like up here. But like, she's still good. Like, she's fast, she's solid, she has a really good advantage state. Trumps are really important for her because if you can time the ledge jumps, then suddenly you can get forward smashes and back airs and forward tilt. There's not really, like, the biggest flaw of Lucina is getting off of the ledge. Getting off the ledge is actually pretty difficult for Lucina because you just kind of like respect like the short hop fair, like the ledge hop fair space, and you just kind of back up. Ledge jump is bad because their disadvantage isn't super great because they're floaty, but you just have to make sure that you're like fine. Lucina's better than Roy? I disagree. I think Roy's a lot faster and like a lot scarier. Lucina's just like really solid. Yeah, Lucina does like barely has flaws, and her flaws are like there, but it's not super important. But then she's just like solid. The reason she's worse than like these characters is because a lot of these characters have better advantage states and better combos, whereas Lucina doesn't really have combos. She just kind of hits you twice and then is gonna play under you the whole time. Next up is Fox. I think Fox is right there, because then the last 6 characters are all above him. Fox is really good. I think Fox is underrated. I think, especially with the fair buff and the down air buff, like now he has a Rising Dare as a better kill confirm. He has fair drag downs into kill confirms. He has Fox is broken. He has exploitable recovery, sure, but it's actually not that easy to edgeguard him, and I will die on this hill, and I don't give a fuck. Light, fucking tweet it again. I fucking dare you to. I dare you to tweet it, Light. Fox's recovery is not as bad as you think it is. It's not great, but it's not bad. But like, Fox is good. Like, great jab, great mix-ups on shield, super fast. Good edge trapping, solid killing, really good combos. He's so good on platform stages. Like, his tech chases are ridiculous, and like, he's just so good. Like, Fox is the best masher character in the game. His dash attack's amazing, and like, his whip punishing is so good because he's so fast, and he has the best entry jump in the game because he has the lowest short hop and best fast fall. So, or like a top 3 fast fall. Like, he explodes sometimes if you have a good spike, but sometimes you get hit by fucking dash attack at 30 and die. Min Min's busted. Min Min is so good. Min Min loses a couple matchups, but I think she invalidates so many characters. She's the strongest counterpick character in my opinion, or like second maybe because Game & Watch. But Min Min's broken. I've always thought Min Min was broken, and like the more I play her and the more I watch of like her and Pink Fresh and the Buzz and the other good Min Mins, like Proto, she's so good. She's so strong. She's incredible. She's gonna 2-frame even with the nerfs. The nerf barely even matter because Dragon Laser is still stupid, and oh no, you can't charge for 3 seconds before you do a down angle forward smash. Now you can only charge for 2 seconds. Like, it's ridiculous. Min Min is so good. Like, her disadvantage is underrated. She's boring to play against, sure, but like, she's so good. The fact that she can change her timing, so like, you can't actually parry her moves on reaction for the most part, is so good. If people jump in on her, then you just get up smashed. Like, she's ridiculous. And then she like kills you at 30, because she like, oh, you got thrown off stage or hit by a dragon laser, and then you're gonna recover low, and she down tilt 2-framed, and then you get short hop, nair, ram arm, dragon laser, and you die. Like she just gets kills out of nowhere. She's so good at killing overall. Her recovery still like it's exploitable, but it's hard to mess with because she has the ability to up B high, smash attack, and double jump, and just kind of smack people away with her arms. So you have to get below her, but hope she doesn't have a double jump, because if she has a double jump, then you're fine. Also, up smash reflects. Like, she beats every zoner because she zones them and then reflects their projectiles. She's so good. And then right up here, let's go with the bottom of top 10. Mario! Mario's really good. Mario was almost top 10, and then characters got nerfed from that were above him, so Mario's top 10. Or like maybe 11th. He's ridiculous. He's so good. Combos out the ass. Back air is incredible. His neutral's so good. He's not that fast, but he doesn't need it because he up airs you at 20 and you die. He grabs you at 30 and you die. He's good on every stage that's not FD. And even then, some matchups he's good on FD. He has cape, so he doesn't have to worry about projectiles a lot of the time. He has flood, so he gets stage control for free. He has really good edge guarding. He has one of the most consistent moves to 2-frame in terms of dash attack, and a harder move to 2-frame that kills at 50, which is forward smash. I think he has the best forward smash in the game still. Well, I guess not, because Min, but second. But Mario's ridiculous. Mario's so good. He has a couple losing matchups, but they're all doable. Like, Shulk is probably his hardest one, and it's -1. Like, he doesn't have a -2 matchup at all. He's so solid. He's good on every stage if you have 2 bans, because you ban like Kalos and FD, and he's good literally everywhere else. He has a really solid matchup spread. He has everything. He has a good projectile, or at very least above average projectile. Yeah, nobody outside of Wizzy's doing it. There's literally like 3 Marios on the PGR. Ron, Dark Wizzy, Louis Money. Prodigy beat Leo. Stroder. Like there's like the amount of Mario representation is equal to like Palutena and R.O.B. Next up is Pokemon Trainer. I think Pokemon Trainer is slightly worse than Palu. Pokemon Trainer is really good. I mean, they're solid. They have everything. They have a rushdown character. They have a mid-range character. They have a really fast, heavy character that kills you at 40. They're all so good. Charizard's amazing. Squirtle's amazing. Ivysaur's okay. Like, I think Squirtle and Charizard are obviously the 2 best. I think Ivysaur's the worst, but Ivysaur has a very important role. And Ivysaur, if you don't know the matchup super well, you're gonna get blown up. Or you miss DI once, you're gonna die at 60. But yeah, Pokemon Trainer, Squirtle's combos are really good. Charizard's combos are really good. Frame 1 invincibility, so a lot of combos aren't true, and you have to get that mix up, which that kind of sucks. Thank you, Fallen. Favorite Mario player would be Wizzy. Wizzy's Mario is really solid. I like how he plays him. It's frustrating. It's so frustrating to play against, but that means it's good. But I think I think Pokemon Trainer is really solid. All of them have good grabs in terms of grab combos. Charizard has like 15 billion ways to kill because you have back air and forward throw and up throw and flare blitz and up B and up smash and forward tilt and jab. Like they're so versatile. And yeah, they do lose a couple matchups still, obviously, but like again, everyone loses a couple matchups. And I think Pokemon Trainer can win every matchup. I don't think a matchup is so bad that they're just like, ugh, I have to play a secondary. Like I think Pikachu versus Game & Watch is worse than Pokemon Trainer versus anyone. Next up is Shulk. I think Shulk is above Wolf? Slightly below Wolf? I'm not sure. Those are close. Shulk's broken. He cheats. Give me some ECM cheats in chat. Character's fucked up. Shield Art's so dumb. Smash Art's so dumb. His Nair is incredible. His Neutral's so good. Speed Art's incredible. Buster Art's incredible. Like, all of his arts are so good. He does so much damage. He kills you. He has so many setups. He's, of course, incredibly technical because he has, I was gonna say Malik. Well, I guess it's still Malik, technically. But, and then he has, Dial Storage. Even the, like, Malik is now Dial Storaging. But Dial Storage is incredible, and it makes the character broken. He can swap into arts and have invincibility on them if he's on the ground, so drag down combos just never work on him. Multi-hit kill moves don't work on him, so his matchup chart is so good. Like, his worst matchups in top tier were Pikachu, Snake, and Palu, right? And now one of them's not as bad, because Palu got nerfed. So now it's Pikachu and Snake. So this character loses 2 or 3 matchups, he's broken. He's just really fucking hard. Like, he's, in my opinion, the hardest character. He's the hardest top tier to play, because while Peach is really technical and difficult, her game plan makes sense. Whereas Shulk, you're constantly changing your game plan. You're constantly doing things differently all the time, and you're also doing technical stuff. So I think Shulk's incredible. I think Shulk's like such a good character. He might be worse than Wolf. These are really close. I'll think about that a little more, but yeah. He also he invalidates like half the cast. Like, oh, you have a multi-hit combo shield. Oh, you like have a bad weight. You can't really get off ledge. Smash Art fair at 40. Like, dumb. Game & Watch. Game & Watch is broken. because Game & Watch lost to 2 characters in terms of Zero Suit and Palu, and the Zero Suit Nair fucking matters, because now Game & Watch is going to get a lot more neutral interactions, and Nair's not safe. Game & Watch got 2 matchups that are better, because fair being worse for Palu matters, because now Uppy's easier, it doesn't have to be fucking frame perfect. So like everything Palu does is now hittable. Like the disadvantage is still bad, but the neutral's like definitely more dealable. Like maybe Mythra Pyra are better against character, but like Game & Watch still loses several matchups. But the thing is, all the matchups that Game & Watch loses typically are like, oh, but I got the hit and I killed you, like Min, like Pythra, like Lucina, like Ike. Like you can hit, like if you hit those characters as Game & Watch, you can kill them. But Game & Watch probably lost a losing matchup because of Palu. I think it's even now. Maybe lost Zero Suit, or at the very least it's easier. But yeah, I think Game & Watch is an incredible character, and I think Game & Watch is 5th or 6th. I can see that, and like maybe this. I'm not sure. But I think Game & Watch is ridiculous. 6 is fine. Whatever, this is fine. But Game & Watch is so good. Like Game & Watch barely loses matchups. Like, because I feel like a lot of the Meister only says like Game & Watch loses 5 matchups. That's incredible. And then of course, it's like he loses those matchups, but then can still get down smash forward smash, still chef edge guards, still gets edge guards in general. It's so hard. Like the only true losing matchup for fucking Game & Watch is Leo. And like Mars, but I think Zero Suit got nerfed enough that like maybe that won't work. And then Pikachu busted. Pikachu's the best character. I think the Joker nerfs didn't really matter, but they mattered enough to solidify, in my opinion, Pikachu's top tier. Crazy damage output, great combos, kill confirms with Nair down smash, Nair up smash, you have dash attack, you have edge guarding, you have the best recovery in the game. Or second best recovery in the game, you have up air bridges, which in my opinion breaks the character. If up air bridges didn't exist, I'd probably say Pika's like top 3, like maybe like here or here or something. But Pikachu's broken. Like he's so good. He has the best overall out of shield options in the game, although Game & Watch like Uppy lol is better. But Pikachu's amazing. Like he's so good. He does so much damage. And his out of shield options are great. He kills so early. I don't know what his flaw. I mean, his flaws are he loses to Game & Watch and Ness. There's also 1 good Game & Watch and like 2 good Nesses. So then he just beats everyone else, or like goes even with everyone else, and that's fine. I think it's so good. I think Pikachu is incredible. Like I think there's so much still room for me to optimize this character. Platform combos and kill confirms and just like stop fucking going off stage and edge trap sometimes because his edge trapping is ridiculous. But he's so good. He's just so good. Like Pikachu, but you know.
Pikachu busted. Pikachu busted.
Like
Pikachu.
I don't have to explain it.
Pikachu busted. I'm godlike. I'm nice as hell at this game.
He's so dumb. Like T-Jolt's ridiculous. T-Jolt just wins matchups by itself. T-Jolt back air just like wins against 20 characters. So good. So dumb. Such a good character. Yeah, let me really quickly look through it and reorganize, and then I'll be done.